dive.
Bonjour.
Right. I put you guys on my sandwiches.
We're more than just a sandwich layer.
We add crunch to your salads.
Flavor to soups. And a little je ne sais quoi to your dishes.
That is, if you let us. For meals with personality, look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of The Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that greatly. And we do have a great program for you today. We're caught up on what's happening out in the world. We'll do that with Woke News. Frogger's football forecast coming up at 3:45. We'll pick our picks for the Super Bowl, plus a couple of other things as well. What'd you do that's new? We'll go over Jack's choice of a fabulous little hour-long show about the James Webb Telescope. Man, it was unreal. 5 o'clock, we'll talk to our friend Scott Brown. It's only money. We'll also do trivia. We had Doobie Brothers tickets available. 6 o'clock, it's Ross Thoughts, last call. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
The comedy alien, Ross Padgett.
Forever feeling bad for Jell-O and Subway.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social media. Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. Bonus, guys, is your 3 o'clock keyword, B-O-N-U-S. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Bonus, that's it. Get over there and send that away and get that money, guys. We would love to see you win. Remember, if you're playing the game, keep your phone on, keep it on you, and if you see a number you don't think you know, maybe you should pick that up if you're playing the game. It's that simple. How you guys doing today?
Becky.
All right.
Feeling good.
Feel good? You know, you actually seemed a little bummed out today. When you came in, I was watching something. I was actually watching the last part of Jack's What'd You Do That's New, so we can talk about it at 4 o'clock. You didn't seem like you were on point today. I want to make sure you're okay.
And I would like to counter that is when I saw you, you seemed like you were flying high today. You seemed like you were in a great mood today.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Okay, good.
I'm in a good mood.
Maybe I just took that wrong. My apologies then.
Because remember he talked about how great it was to drive in this lovely weather with his
this guy was
sunroof.
The first thing I told you today was I just had one of the best car rides of my life.
You did say that. You did.
Opening statement for my Tuesday.
I take it back.
Had so much fun driving into work.
I take it back.
Windows down, sunroof open.
Yeah, wind in your hair.
Kissing 80 miles an hour.
Whoa! Dude, you have no idea. This guy is out of control now.
I'm going to get pulled over. Yeah, I promise you.
He's a straight up Andretti. You know what? You should get a speeding ticket just cause.
Yeah.
I mean, you've never had one,
I've
right?
never had one.
You've never been able to have one.
I think I'm good for one. I think I will test the limits.
The best chance you had is top of a bridge, neutral, and hoping there's clocking at the bottom as you roll faster. That was the best chance. And that thing did not have enough power to get up to speed limit time, did it?
My old car?
Yeah,
no. I don't think it. I mean, the speedometer said like 100, but that thing was.
You just Sharpied out everything past 60?
Yeah. I just ignored half of it for such a long time.
All right, 407-916-1041. Jack, you were out yesterday. I know that you were celebrating.
My daughter's 25th birthday.
That's right.
The big one, yeah.
Car,
Big one.
you can rent a car. Rent a car.
That's
what I
right.
told
She can go
them.
on a cruise on her own.
Yeah, you should have put that on the cake.
Yeah.
Rent a car, go on a cruise. So
Get
how
out of
was
the
it?
house.
What'd you guys do? Anything fun?
We went
What'd
out
you
to
get her?
dinner. So it was all three of the daughters were there, and lovely wife, and one of my daughter's boyfriend, and we just had a really nice dinner, and exchanged some gifts, and it was great.
Where'd you guys go?
North Italia.
North Italia.
North Italia is an Italian restaurant. They're a chain, so they're around, but not a big chain. But
What's the footprint? It's an Olive Garden-ish, Carrabba-ish.
Yeah, it's a really nice bar, a little higher end
nice.
than that stuff. But on Sand Lake, near Sand Lake and I-4 there.
Nice.
Sand Lake and Turkey Lake.
Nice. Well, happy birthday.
Yeah.
That's the peanut,
That's
right?
the peanut,
All
yep.
right. That's very good.
She was born 1 year and a day after I started my internship
Damn.
here at the radio
No
station.
pressure.
Wow.
No
Yeah.
pressure.
This Sunday was the 26th anniversary to the day of my internship.
Damn.
First day of my internship.
Crazy, man. Crazy, man.
I'm looking
And now
at,
you're the program
Yeah.
director.
I'm looking at the menu right now, Jack. I'm
Yeah.
trying to guess what you got.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
You know what the funny thing is? I don't know what Jack eats out. I don't know that Jack's a steak guy. I can tell you, I don't know that I've ever seen Jack eat a steak. I know this. He likes
That's a good point.
He likes pasta. He likes like lasagna and stuff like that.
Last time I had steak was in Jimmy's kitchen that he made for me.
All right, very good.
Wow.
Nice. That's
So I do
incredible.
eat
That is painfully cute.
Yeah. It is adorable, isn't it?
Valentine's Day right around the corner.
Here's the twist. I fed it to him.
Yep. Rose petals and all.
All right, that might not have been the last time I had steak, but that was a pretty damn good time.
I remember saying this, hands in your pocket, close your eyes, tongue out like a good boy.
Yeah.
Then I set the fork down.
Jack,
Oh,
I'm
there you
looking
go.
at the cocktail menu,
Oh, yeah.
and they have an old fashioned on it that I'm curious, did you purchase?
I did not.
Did you look at it?
Jack
I
doesn't
didn't.
hit me as a I buy alcohol out kind of guy.
Not when.
Not
if
at
it-
a 5,000% markup.
Yeah. Not only that, I was driving and paying the tab for 6 people.
There you
So,
go.
right.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
If you set the tone drinking, that means everybody could get a drink.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
That's an extra hundo right there. That's an extra $100.
No appetizers.
That's right. No appetizers.
All right.
Birthday
so
girl, you can have an appetizer.
Yeah.
No sharing.
I think you went, did you go margarita pizza?
I did not.
You came close, though. Listen to that tone.
No,
Yeah.
because that is always my fallback. That
Yeah.
that's the safety net.
The
That's-
most basic Italian
That's
pizza.
the quesadilla in a Tex-Mex place
It's
for
the
me.
cheese
right?
quesadilla.
Right. And so
Oh,
that's,
God.
that's just
you eat like my kids.
right. No, that's the safety net. I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I went out to a Tex-Mex place recently, and Casey, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna live it up. Get something I never got. I got enchiladas.
Nice.
Oh.
That's a quesadilla in a different shape.
Yes, and
Boy.
then they put cheese on top.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love enchiladas.
Oh, yeah.
Green sauce, red sauce, or mole?
Yeah.
What?
He doesn't know what mole is.
Yeah. I know
that
what
was
mole
a,
is.
That was a question.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
mole.
Mole's ruling your garden, don't they, Jack?
I'm going mole because it wasn't green or red. It was kind of like beige.
All right, 407
yeah.
916 1041.
I'm also on the menu. They have a pizza. They have me on the menu.
They have you on the menu.
They have
What?
me on the menu.
Raw
For
sauce?
$20, you can get a Naples White.
Ah.
Ah, look at that.
You are a
I'm a Naples White.
Your police description is a pizza.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
remember,
Naples White.
a couple weeks ago, I talked about a breakfast pizza I had, or
yeah.
it was for brunch. This was the same place where they had it was like a spicy sausage, but also egg on the pizza.
Really?
And it was recommended highly, so I'm like, all right, I reluctantly ordered it. It was fantastic.
Really?
It was fantastic.
Really? That's
You
a
guys
dinner.
really-
That's a dinner product.
No, that was their brunch. But
Okay.
I really want to implore you guys to get out more, try new things, and if you can,
Thanks, Jack.
put some salt on
I
it.
love it, Jack. Thank you, buddy.
just tried an enchilada.
You just bragged about a cheese pizza, basically.
I'm going to blow your slacks off real fast. You throw some eggs on your enchiladas, a little fried egg on top. Lord almighty.
Dude, Mexican food is the best breakfast food outside of like the best breakfast savory food. The best transitional food that you can eat for breakfast or dinner, because I'm with you. You add a fried egg to just a leftover enchilada or a leftover quesadilla, dude, you got a dinner. Because you put tomatoes on that ass and it's ready to go.
That's so much. Oh, okay. I'm so happy you had, your first enchilada experience.
Yeah, very good, Jay.
It was,
All right, 407-916-1041. There's some breaking news that we have a bit of a connection to. We can dive into this a little bit later, but this adult, I guess she's an OnlyFans artist.
Yes.
I think is her name Piper Fawn?
That's her stage name.
That's her stage name,
yeah,
right?
and, yeah.
And I know that she has a relationship with the Monsters and stuff.
She's been on the Monsters before and also at a live appearance, and I believe was on the show last week discussing an issue she was having at her child's school.
Right, yeah. So her kids go to a Christian school.
In Lake County.
In Lake County. And there was some drama last week because they wouldn't let her on campus because she has an OnlyFans account. You're basically an advertisement for her OnlyFans account.
It's a billboard on the back window of her car.
Yeah, and it's pretty big. Obviously, you can see it everywhere. And, of course, this is a Christian school. It's a faith-based school. And I think they told her because of the visible decal last week, I believe this when this has started brewing, that she could no longer use the main entrance to the school and instead had to drop off her kids across the street. They didn't want her car on property promoting a porn website, basically, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it is, an adult website. I don't want to say porn, but it's an adult-themed website.
Yeah, there's a variety of things you can get on OnlyFans, and nudity is one of them. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Let's go, man.
Now, this is
not free, right?
This is a Christian school. It's called Liberty Christian, right? And I guess they sent a letter. Her real name isn't Piper Fawn. It's obviously another name.
Klein, I
yeah,
believe.
Michelle, right, or something like that. They sent a letter saying, "Hey, look, your decal violates the school." I guess they came back and even had a bigger decal on their truck or on their vehicle
really?
the next day. So it said they obtained an even larger vinyl lettering scheme that covered the entire back of the vehicle's tailgate.
Oh.
So they went and basically turned it into a billboard. Well, today the school threw both of their kids out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they solved that problem.
They basically, your family's enrollment with LCPS is terminated effective immediately. And it says it leaves the school board says, hey, look, we leave it open if you want to come back on, but you just got to take that stuff off your car. You basically cannot advertise a porn website while in the parking lot of our Christian school. And that's basically what it is. I mean, you pay to go there. They make the rules. They don't have to abide by any county rules. I don't believe outside of the education, some of the stuff with the curriculum they have to, I believe. But outside of that, they can make their own rules. I mean, they make you wear a uniform if they want every day. So I don't know what the fight is here because barring judgment, I don't understand the need for you to promote your soft porn website on a Christian school grounds. Well, and it has nothing to do with being a Christian school, just on a school grounds. You're driving your car on there and it says, OnlyFans dash, Piper Fawn or whatever it is, and then, gives you login information while you're dropping your children off. It's kind of a bad look to me.
Yeah, I don't think it's allowed. I don't think it should be allowed either, but I also don't think that the inspiration or the whole point of doing it was to advertise it on that school. It's just to advertise it in general.
Understood. But you could obviously see the rub, though,
yeah,
right?
Like I said, I don't think that car should be allowed. They are, at the very least, I think they should have the option of choosing whether or not that car should be allowed. And if they don't think it should be allowed, then yeah, that makes complete sense. That's not illogical at all.
And to me, we're making this so much the story about what she gets, what she's allowed and not allowed to do, right? Driving her car. My thought is, God, what a horrible way to embarrass your children.
Yeah. That's going to be tough.
Because going to a new...
They bear the brunt of this.
They do.
They really
do.
Over the idea of just dropping them off next door or possibly covering that or making it smaller or figuring out a way not to promote your adult-themed website while you're dropping your kids off. They have to be dropped off, so they're under driving age. I don't know how old they are, but...
Well, being dropped off at school, having the decal, having the Snickers, having your group of friends say... Yeah, my mom and dad say, I can't come to your birthday party this weekend. There's all that ancillary stuff that the children are going to be left dealing with while she continues to make whatever money she wants to make off OnlyFans.
And the thing that kills me, I'm kind of with you on that. I mean, I think it's a little short-sighted. Of course, this is just me as a parent. Now these kids have to live with this.
And it's not their choice.
And it's not really their choice. And to be honest with you, it would be the same in public schools, maybe even be worse in public school. If your parents are dropping you off and your mother is advertising her adult website, To me, it would just be that. For me, I just think it's wrong fight, wrong time.
Yes.
I mean, maybe pick another battle here, or cover that up when you drop the kids off or something. Just show a little respect for the school. Nobody's telling you
and
can't
yourselves.
Nobody's telling you can't do what you get to do for a living. I mean, that's your business. But I mean, you can't expect people to be cool with that kind of content in that kind of place. I mean, I just don't think it's. I think it's short-sighted, maybe a little. Yeah, short-sighted.
Yeah, and I think a little selfish.
Or incredibly selfish. Because now you're dragging your kids through this entire thing, and it really just isn't fair to them. Now, again, I don't know what they are or how they are as parents. I'm not trying to throw any aspersions on how they do their job as parents, but you can obviously see where this would be a bit of an embarrassment to a kid to find that out or know what that is. But who knows?
But I'm assuming, though, we can all agree, though, that wasn't like the main point of putting that decal on was to go to that school.
No, it's to advertise the business.
But when they tell you there's a problem with it, and then you make it bigger.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what happened. I mean, come on, you just trying to be an antagonist. What's coming up for news?
We're going to talk about Jennifer Crumbly being found guilty. Florida families file lawsuits against Snapchat. We'll tell you why. And Apple warns not to wear Vision Pro goggles while driving.
Okay, thanks, Apple. I appreciate that.
Also, regardless, we'll talk about that and more coming up next during Woke News.
They also said, don't stick a burning ice pick in your eye. All right, 407-916-1041. Don't forget, bonus is your 3 o'clock keyword, BONUS. Get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Back with Deb's news and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Real Radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
I'm glad I'm sticking with Kit Kat being the universal one. There's some people that don't like nuts, Russ. Okay, I know you love nuts in your mouth when you eat stuff all the time. Okay, you're always asking, can I get more nuts in my mouth?
I need more nuts.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution. The right lane is blocked due to an accident on Altamonte Drive, State Road 436, heading northbound between La Costa Drive and Lake Underhill Road. There's a bit of congestion on I-4 westbound through the city between Barr Street and Robinson Street. And you can expect your regular delays northbound on State Road 429 approaching Florida's Turnpike's Ramp Junction. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print Big Sale means the more you print, the more you save. Get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. Ends 2/10/24. See staples.com/print for details. Print more, save more at Staples.
Improve your home's curb appeal, all while saving money on your utility bills with new windows from Renewal by Andersen. Or better yet, that patio door you've been meaning to replace for a while. You know the one, it wobbles on the track. It's embarrassing when you have people over for a pool party and you haven't tried closing it with your hip in forever. Well, every patio door from Renewal by Andersen is built with their exclusive Fibrex material, which is 2 times stronger than vinyl and features the most energy-efficient glass they have ever offered. And Renewal by Andersen products are backed by some of the strongest warranties you will ever find. And now through the month of February, buy 4 windows and or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. Go to rbafla.com to see all of the beautiful designs they have to offer. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Go to rbafla.com for complete details. License number CGC 1527613.
Looking to hire the right employee? Find them at the Florida Jobs Now job fair, fljobsnow.com for more info.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all. And you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
Take your Valentine's experience to a whole new level this year with jewelry, flowers, candy, dinner, and a flyaway romantic getaway. All courtesy of International Diamond Center. Nothing says I love you like romantic jewelry from IDC. From a simple pendant to an exquisite designer ring, we've got a fantastic selection of affordable, timeless gifts. And this year, with any jewelry purchase at IDC of $129 or more, we're giving you some long stem roses, some delicious chocolates, and a gift card for dinner from Vito's or Fishbones. It's one-stop shopping for all things romantic. And if you really want to take it up a notch, we're also giving away island getaways. Just spend $5,000 on jewelry and you'll get a $500 airfare credit for a Caribbean vacation. Spend $10,000 on our jewelry and get 3 nights including airfare at a tropical resort. On us. Make this Valentine's one to remember. Let IDC help you with your jewelry, flowers, chocolates, dinner, and a romantic vacation. We've got it all. Happy Valentine's from International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the 4th window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
What's up? I'm tired of feeling so bloated. That used to be me. Then I got this. Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion. A probiotic, right? Yeah, it works naturally with your gut to help soothe occasional bloating and gas. Plus, it has vitamin B12 to aid digestion by helping convert food to cellular energy. 2 benefits, 1 capsule.
Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion from the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Get $5 off at alignprobiotics.com.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Get ready for the big game with the free iHeartRadio app. Pre-game with perfectly tailored playlists like Big Game Party and more. iHeartRadio has the perfect soundtrack for your pre-game party, whether it's just you or a block party for the entire neighborhood. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Big Game, and listen now. Make the big game great with iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Now back to the Jim Colbert Show.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 3 o'clock keyword is bonus, BONUS. Get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Remember, if you're playing the game, keep your phone near, keep it on, and answer the damn thing when it rings, because if you're in the game, that's how they tell you you've won. Bonus is your 3 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here is Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
Woke News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. All right, Jennifer Crumbly has been found guilty on all counts in her historic involuntary manslaughter trial in Michigan. For those who may not think they're familiar with the name, she's the mother of Ethan Crumbly, who shot and killed 4 classmates and injured 7 others at Oxford High School in November of 2021. Jennifer and her husband, James, were both charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, as prosecutors say they ignored sign after sign their son was having mental health struggles. The jury in the case reached the verdict after almost 2 days of deliberations. Jennifer Crumbly will be sentenced at a later date, April 9th. I believe is her sentencing date, with James Crumbly's trial set to begin next month. All right, former President Trump is not immune from prosecution in his federal 2020 election interference case. A U.S. appeals court today said Trump does not have presidential immunity from charges related to his alleged efforts to overturn his 2020 election results. The federal case was originally set for before the 2024 election, but Trump could appeal this latest ruling to the Supreme Court. It is expected that's exactly what he will do and push the trial start date even further.
Sure, yeah.
All right, another loss from Hollywood, from the music, halls of fame. Country music superstar Toby Keith has died at the age of 62.
Yeah.
According to a message on his social media platforms, the singer passed away peacefully last night, surrounded by his family. The country icon was diagnosed with stomach cancer not long ago and had been undergoing chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery. Keith sold more than 40 million records over the course of his career. Long before his diagnosis, Keith had set up a foundation to help children battling cancer. Of course, he had one of the greatest icons after 9/11, courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
Yep.
The Angry American, Red Solo Cup.
Yeah.
So many other really great hits.
Great party country guy,
Yeah.
There's always those real serious country guys, and then there are party country guys, and I think Toby was a great party country guy and a relatively stand-up cat too.
I think he should be added to Ross's country playlist because Ross loves the Garth Brooks song "Friends in Low Places."
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I think "Red Solo Cup" would be a song to add to that.
I'm a King George guy now.
Are you George Strait?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant King George.
No.
I was going to say he's got a.
Do people call him King George?
Well, I've never heard him, but I knew exactly what you were talking about because he is the king of country music.
Then mission accomplished.
You win.
All right, a proposed youth social media ban is moving forward in the Florida legislature. The Senate Judiciary Committee advanced the legislation on a 7-2 vote. Last month, the full Florida House passed the bill, which would ban most children from social media. Governor Ron DeSantis has raised constitutional questions about the measure, saying he's concerned about the legal challenges the bill would face once enacted. But in the meantime, 2 Florida families are suing Snapchat in connection to the deaths of their children, and this makes you understand why during those recent congressional hearings in D.C., the families of children who've been lost to the, bullying of social media and everything else feel so strongly about this, and why lawmakers, like you said yesterday, Ross, it may be a little of trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube, but you've got to try something, right?
Yeah.
Jennifer Mitchell of Pasco County filed a lawsuit against the social media platform, claiming her 16-year-old son watched a video on the app, Snapchat, about Russian roulette.
Oh, God.
She told WTSP that her son recorded himself attempting the game before he was found dead. North Fort Myers' Diana Trujillo claims her 16-year-old son died from an edible laced with fentanyl after he was connected with the wrong people on Snapchat. The families joined 2,000 others who are taking legal action against social media giants like Meta and TikTok, as well as Snapchat.
How'd the kid get the gun?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It was Snapchat didn't give him a revolver.
Did not, for sure.
No.
It's what's interesting is in the wake of not only lawsuits but also all the attention right now on social media companies during the Grammys, Snapchat ran an ad. Did you see that one?
Oh, really?
No, I didn't
They
see
talked
it.
about how it's like the opposite of all the negative things. It's like nicer, friends who are friends, not doing it for likes and like all the positive aspects of it, and saying Snapchat is where you can find a better social media experience.
Wow.
And I remember that was part of the Snapchat officials' testimony on Capitol Hill was, listen, we're not like the rest of these guys, okay?
Yeah. Those guys are bad.
It was a commercial of them trying to distance themselves further. Yeah.
Well,
I just want to point out something. Social media doesn't kill people. People kill people. Sounds a little weird, right?
Yeah.
It's just wild when we pick and choose.
Oh, yeah.
What to, I don't know. It's just, Jack, as soon as he said, well, where'd he get the gun? And that made me go like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that whole aspect of that tragedy.
In other news about social media, Taylor Swift's legal team is threatening to sue a Central Florida college student who tracks celebrities' private jets. Yeah, you know the name Jack Sweeney. He's at it again. He told CNN
Jack Sweeney, sham-a-lam.
He received a cease and desist letter from Taylor Swift over the social media account he runs that tracks her private flights. Remember, he'd also tried, or at least for a while, did track Governor Ron DeSantis' flights.
Mark Cuban.
Sweeney also ran a site which tracked Elon Musk's private jet before Musk shut down his account.
Right.
Sweeney says, listen, hey, I just want to point out the carbon footprint that these private jets create.
Oh, yeah?
That's his only reason for doing it.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
That's his only reason.
Uh-huh.
All right, one more story about...
oh, come on, Dab. That...
I mean,
I know.
I let the first one go, but when you get to Snorri.
Snorri, how are we supposed to be excited for this one?
All right, exactly. Hey, wake me up when this is over.
All right. Well, this is another OnlyFans story, but it's different from the Central Florida OnlyFans story, where if you didn't hear that breaking news, the children of the OnlyFans mom who was asked to take the decals off of her car and who did not, apparently her children have just been expelled.
And by the way, they did say in the context of that story that if she removed all that stuff, she'd be welcome to bring the kids back on. I mean, it's just, complying to not promoting your porn site on our Christian school grounds.
And in the story, they also said that not only did she not do that, but like you had mentioned earlier, she put in an even larger decal on the back of her tailgate and then posted it to social media as kind of like a,
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, in this case...
If that's what she wanted, she got attention.
Yeah, she sure did. This is actually a case we've been following since it started because this was an OnlyFans model accused of murder who then took off to Hawaii, and it was self-defense. Well, her parents of that OnlyFans model accused of killing her boyfriend, well, they're now behind bars in a South Florida jail. Yeah, Deborah and Kim Clenny were booked into Miami-Dade County's Turner Guilford Night Correctional Facility. That's a sweet, sweet place.
Yeah, that's a handful.
Earlier this morning, in connection to their daughter's case, now they're accused of getting unauthorized access into the victim's laptop. If you remember, TMZ was one of the first outlets to report that these parents had been arrested.
Right.
And they're also working on a documentary that's supposed to air before the trial date. So the judge is like, we need to consider a gag order in this case. But their daughter, Courtney Clenny, is accused of stabbing Christian Obumseli at their Edgewater apartment in April 2022. She claims her actions were in self-defense. If convicted, though, she could get life in prison.
Wow.
All right, Orange County leaders are considering putting a transportation sales tax increase on the upcoming ballot. The 1% increase would go toward improving the Link bus service, road safety, and the proposed Sunrail expansion. I'm not going to give Scott Maxwell too much credit, but I have a feeling some Orange County leaders might actually be reading the Orlando Sentinel these days.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, this is the commissioner's third attempt trying to get voters to side with their proposal, and Mary Jerry Demings is pushing for the increase, saying transportation challenges in Orlando, they're not going to get better. They're only going to get worse.
Sure, yeah.
And they need proper funding.
Right. And what I was screaming at the news last night when they were talking about this story is, what happened to the tourist tax that you decided that you couldn't use? Why not use that for this instead of passing this on, trying to raise the sales tax?
And I'm not sure, but I believe, depending on their charter, it may be that those funds have to be used for tourism-related purposes and would not be able to be diverted to other purposes like low-income housing or transportation.
So the whole thing. How and they determine what the charter is for that.
That's
so they get to determine that. And how do the employees, all the employees, get to these? Jobs that are directly tied to tourism? Do any of them take public transportation?
Of course not.
Well, no, like the maids and theme park workers. If any of them take public transportation, there is a direct link to serving the tourist community.
I would think so. Yeah, that's always their wiggle room.
They have no balls. They have no. They take the money from the theme parks and they refuse to do what the people are asking for. Instead, just rubber stamp and yes, let's make the convention center bigger.
But Camping World Stadium's going to get some improvements too, Jack.
Yay!
So, like in a nutshell, we're basically going, "Hey, use that money for this," and their response is, "Yeah, but we can't use that money for this." And then we say, "Who decides that?" And they go, "We do."
Yeah, we do.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know who set up their charter. I don't know if it was set up with the state. If it was, I don't know how that one was specifically set up.
They just reviewed this at the end of last year, and then they're like, "Yeah, we decided we're going to keep it the same."
Because it goes like we said, Jack. They all get their political coffers filled with this money from these organizations. It's too difficult to bite the hand that feeds them.
I know Ross asked Maxwell at the time, but there were 2 members of the Orange County Commission who voted against just rubber stamp.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, a top cop in Central Florida is asking lawmakers to increase penalties for bars who illegally operate after hours.
Okay.
Orange County Sheriff John Mina says these kinds of businesses lead to shootings and drug trafficking in our community, so he wants the legislature to pass a measure that would upgrade punishments for illegal alcohol sales to a felony. Now, a strike team created by the sheriff's office says there are how many bars and nightclubs illegally running after hours just in Orange County? Don't go too crazy.
Okay.
Don't go too crazy. This is just in Orange County.
12.
22.
88.
Points, Jack, 90.
God almighty. You said just in Orange County, it's a whole bunch.
It is a whole bunch.
I got to tell you, if you'd have told me there was 90 total bars in Orange County, I'd be like,
I thought you were going to guess 800. That's why I was like, I was definitely going over 100 until she says, bring
it back, boys. Bring it back.
I was just kind of thinking the downtown area. I didn't think everybody wasn't paying attention to this law.
I have so many examples of that. All right. There's good news for Florida's manatee population. Yay! Governor Ron DeSantis was in Blue Springs State Park earlier today where he explained how the state efforts to restore the animal's habitat are working. He says there were record numbers of manatees in Volusia County, remember over 900 at Blue Springs, and the Tico Station in Hillsborough County last year, as well as lower mortality rates. DeSantis says he's asking lawmakers to approve more than $9 million for the state's manatee rescue and rehabilitation programs. And as part of ongoing conservation efforts, 17 manatees are expected to be released back into Blue Springs tomorrow.
Very nice.
Not only that, Governor DeSantis is proposing $330 million for targeted water quality improvement projects, including $100 million for the Indian River Protection Program.
Absolutely, yeah. They've been talking about that. That's like moving all those properties off of septic and, getting all that water away from that area. Yeah.
And getting the seagrass to grow again.
Yeah. There you go. Ronnie D bringing back the manatee population. He's like Hitch, but for manatees.
All right, if you've noticed how windy it is, you probably have if you drive any kind of high-profile vehicle, but a low-pressure system moving in the Atlantic is impacting Central Florida throughout the day today and really overnight. The National Weather Service says a wind advisory is in place for Brevard and Volusia counties until 1 o'clock tomorrow morning. North winds expected to reach up to 30 miles per hour, gusts up to 45 miles an hour. Coastal flood advisory will go into effect for the same area went into effect at 2 o'clock this afternoon until tomorrow morning. And because of the weather, plans to bring a crew of astronauts back to Earth being put on hold again. NASA and SpaceX were hoping to return the Axiom Space AX-3 crew today, AX-3, but poor weather off the coast of Florida forced them to postpone plans to undock from the International Space Station. So the 4 private astronauts originally scheduled to undock from the ISS on Saturday, but poor weather led to a scrub of that attempt as well as a second try on Monday. So NASA's figuring out when they're going to get to come home.
Oh, man.
See, it's not just airports here on Earth that screw up your travel plans.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere, including outer space. All right, Drizzly is no more.
That was a website, right? Drizzly.com?
They delivered all of our booze.
San Francisco-based Uber plans to lay off all of their Drizzly employees and shut down the app by the end of March.
I'll be damned.
It's half drunk, half grizzly.
According to documents filed in Massachusetts, Uber purchased Drizzly in 2021. Now, at the time, the alcohol delivery app served more than 1,400 cities and grew to become North America's largest online booze retailer. 168 employees from the Boston-based app will be affected. At one time, Drizzly was thought to actually have an impact on DUI because People wouldn't be going out to buy booze. They'd just be able to sit their drunk ass at home.
Sure.
So all drizzly positions are to be eliminated, as well as some support roles at Uber. A handful of employees will be offered roles at Uber in the beverage and alcohol service.
Oh, man.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
And then finally, didn't think we needed this.
Okay.
But then I also didn't think we need to be told not to eat laundry pods.
That's fair.
Apple is warning people not to wear the company's new virtual reality headset while driving.
Okay.
You're missing out, though.
The message comes after an NYU student from Palo Alto, California, shot a video of himself wearing a pair of Apple Vision Pro VR goggles while driving a Tesla on autopilot.
Okay, very nice. Let's don't be irresponsible.
The student said his goggles were set to transparency mode.
Right.
All right. So he could see the road. Now, he initially posted to social media that he was pulled over and arrested by the police.
Damn.
He later deleted that post and said he just made up the whole story for his video.
Sure, yeah.
Sure, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
So he got pulled over? Was that thing on?
I saw somebody shot a video of a guy wearing the headset in an airport, and he was obviously typing something, VR typing, and he was like just typing in the air and doing his whole thing and with his hands, and it was all like he was doing all of his work just sitting there in a chair in the airport. It looked wild.
Saw a guy doing that in the video on the subway, and I'm just waiting. It goes, how long till someone just rips that off his head?
Yeah. It seems like $3,500. I wouldn't wear those things in public. Are you crazy?
No.
Not on a subway.
And not only that, they're also saying, listen, this is their first generation, so you have to temper your expectations as to exactly what you think you're going to get. But so let that first gen people work out the bugs on the VR headset.
Jimmy, if you're starting your Christmas list early for us.
So I think 3 sets of those would be awesome.
Oh, that's just 10 G's. I'm good.
It's more.
It's more. I thought they were $3,500 a set.
He'd get a
Do
discount.
the math.
I mean, I know, but I'm 10 G's. I'm rounding. Give me a break.
Yeah, but
You round it's 11.
Yeah.
I'm rounding it down.
And then
I'm passing that savings on to you
Then
guys.
you have tax, and we want second gen,
Okay, I
too.
appreciate
Let
that.
them work out the kinks.
That product will be solely based, it's successful, go down on the developers and all the third-party app coders who are going to have to work relentlessly to make programs that are perfect for that thing.
They sold 200,000 units in immediately, right? I mean, they sold out immediately.
But sustainability.
Yeah.
Ryan Holmes on the Monsters today pointed out a great thing, which is why he was all set to get one and now does not want one.
Really?
Because right now it's only Apple making the apps, and they have no way to have porn on there.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And now you all are officially woke.
Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that very much. It's a perfect way to, the perfect exclamation point for a newscast is Jack saying that the VR porn is the only reason.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you can't get third-party people, you can't get third-party.
You can
know
do
what I'm
a
saying?
web browser with the 3D, but it's not the same as what the full VR experiences you're supposed to get.
And I can't
Come
wait.
on, Apple.
And I can't wait for the stories of wives walking in on their men wearing this headset, nothing else, just dry humping a pillow.
What does Piper Fawn's kids' school and the Apple Vision Pro have in common?
I don't know.
No porn.
Oh. All right. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Your 3 o'clock keyword is bonus, BONUS. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a set with the Froggers football forecast.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast for the rest of our Tuesday. We'll still see a good amount of sunshine today, but gusty winds will be the big story. We'll expect wind gusts to peak around 30 miles per hour. As we head into tonight, in the overnight, we'll see things turn a bit calmer. Tomorrow, more of the same with afternoon highs only making it into the low and mid 60s. We'll still see plenty of sunshine and winds will be calmer. Warmer temperatures on the way just in time for the weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print Big Sale means the more you print, the more you save. Get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. Ends 2/10/24. See staples.com/print for details. Print more, save more at Staples.
Your neighborhood tools, Ace Hardware, has everything you need to get ready for spring now through February 29th. Get the best prices on Made for Florida Sunnyland fertilizers, Miracle Grow soils, Roundup weed and grass killers, yard tools, and much more. Plus Cypress mulch, 4 for $10 all month long. Don't forget to bring in your Steel outdoor power equipment into one of Tools Ace Hardware's 10 service centers for a tune-up for spring. Tools also has 12 convenient locations all throughout Central Florida, or you can just shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Get ready for our 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, presented by The Hartford, live at South by Southwest. March 11th, we'll honor the very best in podcasting from the past year, and you'll help decide who wins Podcast of the Year. Vote now at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance is the presenting partner of the 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, live at South by Southwest. To learn more or start a quote, visit thehartford.com/smallbusiness. With insurance designed for your small business, the Bucks got your back.
We need players for the Froggers football forecast. That's 407-916-1041. 4 callers win $25 from our friends over at Froggers.
Pucker up, Central Florida. R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old rides left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. You deserve a ride that makes your heart skip a beat. So bring me your old ride and I'll get you way overpriced value for your clunker. Do other dealers leave you feeling lonely? We kiss up to the banks and lenders who want to say yes. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. Check out our brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. Fall in love with the award-winning 2024 Outlander with 0% for 60 months. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $89 per month. Trade-ins, kiss it goodbye. We'll pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm R.C. Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic, because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Is that a horse?
Actually, it's a wild stallion. Since Navy Federal Credit Union's Platinum Card made it easier to tame our holiday debt, I wanted to see if I could tame something else.
Uh-huh.
Help me saddle up.
I need to pick the kids up from school.
With a low intro APR on balance transfers, the Platinum Credit Card lets you take control of your debt. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/Platinum offer. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And we're back to the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Got a few minutes left for your 3 o'clock keyword. It's bonus. BONUS. Get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jackson.
Yo.
Ross is as well.
It's true. Ribbit.
Let's do the let's do the Froggers football forecast.
Here we go. It's not a football forecast today because this is that down week and we weren't going to talk about the Pro Bowl games. Instead, we found something else to gamble on. And that's Orlando Magic basketball. Let's go.
We are junkies, Deb. Now, I think we were trying to get the total for the weekend, right?
That was part of it. You had to pick the winners for the 2 Magic games. They played the T-Wolves on Friday. Then it was Detroit on Sunday. And as a tiebreaker, we picked the total points that the Orlando Magic would score in both games if we had to break the tie. Because we wanted to give you something that you could actually watch at Froggers. Froggers, they have 4 area locations.
Mm-hmm.
The games are always on, whatever the games may happen to be.
Mm-hmm.
And for this weekend, it was Orlando Magic basketball. So we have 4 callers, and we all made our picks. We talked about it last Thursday, and so now the callers can pick which one of the 4 of us they think correctly predicted who would win. Both we were looking at Friday night's and Sunday's game, and then the tiebreaker was the total points. So with that said, we have 4 callers, and they get to pick which one of us they think did the best, and if they are correct, $25 gift card to Froggers Grill and Bar. Ribbit. Ross, who goes first, boss?
Ribbit. Let's welcome Scott.
Scott, right there on line 3. Scott, how you doing, boss?
I'm living the dream, sir.
Living the dream. All right. Well, what do you got for us?
I got 2 games you guys won. 2 out of 4, right?
No. Yeah. We're picking the 2 Magic games. And then
we already made our selections. These games happen. What you are trying to do, Scott, is pick the one of the 4 of us you think correctly predicted the outcome.
That's it.
All right. I'm going to go with Jack.
A wild card because
this is the first.
I think
never
it is
been chosen first.
I don't think Jack has been chosen
I
first.
haven't. In the beginning, I was on a run, a 2-week run, and then I got picked first, and then I quickly went to the basement.
With me.
With Deb, and then I think I finished in last place for the season. That's with football picks. So, Scott, I just want you to know.
New sport, new hope.
Okay, I like this
good
guy.
man.
I like this guy a lot.
He's a good dad.
Here's the
He
deal.
is a good dad.
Well, Scott.
I want to move in.
Scott, the Magic actually beat the Timberwolves, and 3 of my coworkers said the Timberwolves would win that game. Magic did win on Sunday, but there is only one of us that predicted the Magic would win both games, and that is yours truly, Scott. That means by picking me, you win a $25 gift card to Froggers.
Here's the funny thing about that, Scott.
Ribbit.
Make a ribbit.
He's got to do a ribbit.
Hey, on behalf of Deputy Scott, ribbity.
Ribbit. All right, Scott, I'm going to put you on hold there. He's an awesome guy. He's a big contributor to the program and always texting us and hanging out. That's great.
So we did pick points, and if it was a tie and it went down the points, it was 219 total points scored. And I also would have been closest to that with 222.
Dude, you ran it this weekend.
Yeah,
huh?
you did.
Yeah, of course, because I didn't put money on it.
All right. Yeah. That's awesome. So, Froggers, thank you guys. We appreciate that very much. Of course, on Thursday, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. On Thursday was the last Froggers football forecast. We'll continue throughout the year, choosing Magic games, whatever sports events comes up. Prop bets. It'll be kind of fun. We're going to make a whole thing of it all year long.
Yeah, so we're doing prop bets on Thursday. They'll be feeding us, and we want to remind, if you want to eat that fine Froggers food, you can do so at their Super Bowl watch parties at all 4 locations. If you dine in to watch the Super Bowl there, 58-cent beer specials, 58-cent wing specials, all sorts of prizes at each of their locations, including you could win free wings for a year, Universal Orlando tickets, and Magic tickets as well.
Ribbit.
And I think we threw in some Real Radio JCS prize packs as well.
Nice.
Oh, Ribbit.
Oh, sexy
sorry,
Ribbit.
my bad.
Would you a little hot there, huh?
Go to Froggers.com to find the one near you. It's conveniently located Oviedo, Mount Dora, Apopka, and Alto on Springs.
I got to tell you, I know that Froggers has that sports bar kind of feel there, but that food that they serve there,
it's next level.
That menu is no joke, guys.
Blue cheese.
Listen, that menu is no joke. That pork sandwich they have, the pierogies, they do some stuff that they should not be doing in a joint like that, and they do a damn good job at it. I have been pleasantly surprised with the quality of the stuff they bring over from Froggers, and I was expecting your stereotypical kind of wing bar place.
Yeah.
It's not like that. I mean, they really do an exceptionally good job at this food. They take great pride in it.
And not only that, they've helped Jack up his pierogi game.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That the sautéed and onions and mushrooms. That's another level because that flavor just really soaks right in.
So good. Their shrimp. I mean, everything they do is really wonderful. We appreciate that partnership. It's been really great. Thanks, Froggers.
Yeah.
We appreciate that much. We'll talk to them again on Thursday as we kind of move toward the Super Bowl and some of the cool prop bets that we're going to talk about on Thursday. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. We have What'd You Do That's New on the other side. Jack's Choice, which was
so good.
Fabulous about the James Webb Telescope. We'll find out what Ross has to offer next week. That's next here on The Jim Colbert Show.
Have you ever left a Super Bowl party early but didn't want to miss any of the game? Real Radio is joining FM 96.9 The Game for Westwood One's coverage of Super Bowl 58. Coverage starts at 5 p.m. this Sunday on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Afternoon slowdowns reported on I-4 today in the Orlando area, both east and westbound between Osceola Parkway and 535, and between Princeton Street and Robinson Street for those driving through downtown. No delays at this time for those who need to take the Beach Line or the Greenway this afternoon. If you see any traffic problems, just make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Temperatures getting low, but demand remaining high? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is priceless. I'm attorney Mo DeWitt, and we have access to every single traffic camera in the state of Florida. Injured on the go, just call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Come join the city of Mount Dora as we celebrate Scottish culture at the Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, taking place the weekend of February 16th through the 18th in downtown Mount Dora. Enjoy live music, Highland athletics, bagpipes, plus a special guest appearance by actor and comedian Jamie Kennedy, and much more. Tickets available at mountdorascot.com. The Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, February 16th through the 18th. Sponsored by Guinness, Visit Lake, and the city of Mount Dora.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Lots of people hired us. We've collected over $15 billion and won a lot. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is, Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. Tobacco-Free Florida's Group Quit service offers free virtual and in-person sessions at convenient times and locations. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. You are not alone. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trendley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trendley Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Major phone carriers make you sign contracts with rigid data plans to trap you into a kind of forced phonogamy. Sounds pretty insecure if you ask me. At Consumer Cellular, we believe in a more consensual and healthy form of phonogamy, free of contracts and more flexible to your data needs. This way, you stick around not because we force you to with contracts and fees, but because you love our phone plans. Like ardently love our phone plans. Phonogamously. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
This is Michael David from Seattle. I'm 51 years old, and 6 months ago, I started taking Andro 400 to increase my testosterone. Since then, I've lost 35 pounds of fat, and my waist went from size 38 to size 32. I have more energy, and I look and feel 20 years younger. And now my wife tells me I have to take Andro 400.
Hi, this is Ron Johnson from Utah. After 10 weeks of taking Andro 400, I lost 13 pounds, and my waist went from 36 to 33. That was 8 years ago. I continue to take Andro 400, and I've maintained my weight at 172. Gained muscle and energy. I'm 63 now and feel better than I have in 30 years.
Andro 400, the natural way to increase testosterone, lose belly fat, gain energy, and feel great. Try Andro 400, the safe, effective, affordable way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN, Green, GREEN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah, we like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my basketball. Ribbit.
Man, I love it. I love the fact that our listeners have so much time to just sit and go over stuff to send to the station. That's my greatest. That's my man, sir. Congratulations. You've made it. You made my day, buddy. I was having a very benign Tuesday, but until then, at 4:01 in 17 seconds, my Tuesday was pretty vanilla.
And that listener may have listened to more Real Radio than any human on the planet. Right
you,
there.
just my friend, poured some magic shell over that. All right, 407-916-1041. Your 4 o'clock keyword is green, GREEN. Go to realradio.fm and send it away for your chance at $1,000. Green, guys. That is your 4 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win. Remember, if you're playing the game, keep your phone on, keep it near, and pick it up, even if you do not recognize the phone number, because that, my friends, is how they tell you you've won.
Mm-hmm.
Green is your 4 o'clock keyword. We wish you the very best. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Hi.
And Ross as well.
It's true.
Let's do what you do that's new.
What you do that's new. What you do that's new. Hey! If we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Cosmic Law.
Thank Thanks, Klausman Law. That's KLAUSMAN law.com. Offices right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash. Call our good friend Glenn Klausman. Of course, we'll talk to Glenn on Thursday for Colbert Court. What'd you do that's new? Every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, we go around the room. One member of the show will choose something for the other members to watch, read, or listen to. We'll return that following Tuesday, discuss that, and then move on to the next member of the show. It is Jack's week this week. We'll find out what Jack had to offer. We'll go over that. And then, of course, we'll find out what Ross has for us next week. Jackson?
Yeah, I'd like to apologize first for going 4 minutes over the hour-long time limit. However, I thought it was worth a watch. This is a docuseries that Netflix put on. I think it was 4 episodes, but we're all on different topics. Killer robots is one of them. But this was Cosmic Time Machine. It's unknown, Cosmic Time Machine. But it was all about the James Webb Telescope from inception to launch, and really some of the amazing things they had to overcome for this, $10 billion project?
Yeah, 2 decades in the making.
It was the initial grant for this from the government was $500 million.
Yeah, exactly.
It only went over budget by 2,000%. It seemed. Yeah, it was pretty impressive though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an amazing. It really was a fun watch, Jack. You're good at this.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I just found something that I thought everyone has demonstrated an interest in. So
it's humbling. One of my favorite quotes is when the guy said, "Deploying this telescope is like rebuilding an IKEA desk from a million miles away."
Yeah.
I was like, man, all right, and they got jokes.
Yeah.
Because I also struggle with IKEA.
Yeah, that I think that's the biggest quote out of it. Yeah, it's pretty wild. But the one thing that really blew me away was the single point failures. They go over the single point failures, and that is if something would fail and it would destroy the mission, that would be considered a single point failure. If that single point was a failure, and they had hundreds of them.
Yeah, he said we are used to doing missions where you had 90. This had 344.
Right.
And if any one of the 344 went wrong, the mission's a failure.
And the thing is, right, you can't throw out a rope and pull it back in, right? I mean, it's just pretty much out there forever. There's you have to crash it back down to earth. Or if you even do that.
The other thing I thought was amazing was not just the hundreds of single point failures, but how they said they needed 10 separate miracles to be performed that day for them to not only launch this thing into space, but then be able to unfurl everything and actually start getting data back. And watching them do the test after test with those thin aluminum sheets that are no thicker than a human hair, knowing that if any moment they tore that, just during the testing, everything, the vibration tests.
I thought the most interesting part was was exactly what you said. So, they have to be prepared for every possibility, right? Well, you would think when they build this thing, right, a hyper technical piece of equipment. I mean, hyper technical, $10 billion piece of equipment, right? For one thing, it's massive. I didn't realize how big it was.
It's like a tennis court, right?
Oh yeah, it's gigantic, right? Like 2 or 3 stories, something like that. And you put this thing out there, and the whole time, like anything could happen. Like the sales part was the most interesting part for me. Like you could get it out there in space, and then they could figure out that the sail wouldn't go up, or the thing wouldn't unfold, and then they're putting it through the stress test. In other words, the idea that the launch itself could shake something so it couldn't work. And they tested for everything. I thought that was the most important thing, because I was like, you're right. I mean, you get this thing put together, you put it in there, and you're like, well, we've tested for everything. Well, you didn't test for that thing shaking, sitting on 200 trillion horsepower, or whatever the hell that thing is as it shakes and moves its way into space. Pretty amazing machine, man.
They brought up the whole aspect of luck. Do you remember that that quote when that old dude was getting interviewed?
Yeah,
and
if
nobody thinks that luck had any part to do with this, they're either a fool or dumb or
lying.
lying. I was like, luck in NASA. When did that happen?
And the line is
we
always,
planned for that.
Like, what are you, a rocket scientist? Because it's always considered one of those upper echelon jobs for brain power.
It is.
And science, right? Science base. And what do you got? They're talking about miracles.
Yeah.
And luck.
Faith.
And faith. All of that tied in, because everyone brings their own thing to it. But
it's still part of the human experience.
It is like a Venn diagram of preparation, faith, belief.
Right.
You've just done everything
Hope.
right.
Kind of made me feel kind of whack about myself, though.
How's that?
Well, you're not an astrophysicist. I felt the same way, man. I'm like,
I was watching that, and I'm like, maybe I'm not making the most of my life.
That's what I
They just
thought,
said
too.
something to watch the past.
Yeah. It's so funny because when you watch the scientists, specifically that one young lady, that was she's the astrophysicist, and they were talking about the telescope and what, of course, it brings for them as they study the stars and where we come from, the basis, the beginning of time, and things like that. But it is interesting because as a machine, we look at it and go, "God damn, that's pretty neat. We can see out there pretty damn far." Right? And you simplify it to that. Then you watch a person who's committed their every minute of their life to studying astrophysics in all shapes and all forms, and they're marveling at this thing. And the whole time I was going, I should be more impressed.
Yeah,
I should be way more impressed because this person who's forgotten more than I'll ever know in my entire life is dumbfounded at how impressive this is. And I'm going, and my whole thing is, that's kind of cool.
Well, I like the pictures. I made it my wallpaper on my phone.
Right, I'm reducing it to.
I did that.
That pillar's picture is pretty cool.
And what's so cool with it, too, is that you think they colorize them to appeal to us. And when in reality, what they described last night is it has nothing to do with making these pictures or this data something pretty or cool.
Right, or more than it is.
Every single one of those colors represents a particular element, a particular gas, something that's making up that particular structure. So all of those colors, all of that data helps paint this picture of the night sky that unless you've traveled and you've been able to get out somewhere where there's not enough light wash to kill the night sky, most of us have never experienced the stars that the James Webb is looking at now.
So they say the universe is 13.8 billion years old.
Yes.
And this sees light from 13.1 billion light years.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
infrared.
So close. Yeah.
We were so close to getting right to the beginning. You would have thought we would have waited for the 0.7
right.
to send this bad boy back up, but whatever.
It is.
We got to launch now.
It is interesting, and it looks at just a small portion of
grain
the
of
sky.
sand.
Just a small portion of the sky. Every time they say that, I'm like, and you look at that picture, that deep field picture, the one that's very famous that Hubble took, and then, of course, it was retaken by James Webb to even give you a clearer version of those galaxies. And just everywhere you look, every dot is a galaxy, like what we live in. Every dot.
And
there's everyone. There's like 1,000 of them in this photograph that represents like that much of space.
And that was what the other standout was, that it was 1% of the sky. And when they said that would be like looking at a singular grain of sand off the beach. And in that photo alone, there were 7,000 galaxies.
It's like that marble in Men in Black, right?
I always think of that scene because we really don't know, I mean, who knows if we're part of some aliens marble game.
So crazy.
Yeah, I walked away from it going like, there's got to be aliens.
That's what Jimmy said, too.
I definitely walked away going like, yeah, friendly reminder, even though I don't know for a fact, if I'm a gambling man, which I am, there's aliens.
Yeah. Pretty good, though, Jack. That's awesome. That's
awesome, Jack.
That whole series has a bunch of interesting stuff in there. So if you want to check that out, you can do that. Jack has it up at JimColbertLive.com is the goods. Ross, what do you have for us, boss? Good job, buddy. That was a really good one, by the way. Jack's good at this. He's way better than I am.
January 19th, 2024, an album came out that I've been waiting for quite some time.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
I know. What'd you do that's new? This is new.
This is new.
Oh, yeah, very good.
Look at that. This
album. This is the first album we're going to listen to in quite a while.
Well, we're not listening to an album per se because I don't want to do that. And
Jack enjoyed the last one though so much.
Well, whenever it's like a full album, sometimes you just hear that in the background.
Right.
That's usually kind of what we do whenever we have albums suggested.
Sure, yeah.
Nay, I say nay.
Nay, he says.
I want you guys to listen to one song off of this new album that came out January 19th by who other than Lil Dicky himself.
Lil Dicky.
Lil Dicky.
The rapper.
The comedy rapper. I love comedy. I love rap. He's kind of the only one that's doing both of those things at the same time at this high of a level. I am giving you what I thought was the funniest song on his, I believe, one and only album, Penis.
Penis?
Penis.
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 Now I get to try penis.
That is
Penith. In other words, zenith with a P.
Yeah.
Penith.
Yes.
Got it.
Jack, you don't want to try?
No, I'll take Zenith with a P. That works for me.
That's the name of the album. There's a bunch of tracks that were from his Smash show off of FX, but there's one track on this album that just made me cackle laugh. And I honestly, by the end of it, didn't want it to end, and it's an 8.5-minute song.
All right.
So instead of having the whole album on in the background, I want you guys to sit down, headphones, and hear the story of track 19 off of the album Penis, Jail Part 1.
Jail Part 1.
That song
from Lil Dicky.
From Lil Dicky in particular just made me cackle laugh the first time I heard it. And you only get to really enjoy it one time. You only get to laugh at it once.
Because after that, the jokes will be kind of blown?
I think the jokes are done.
Okay.
Just sit down, headphones.
Disposable comedy.
Enjoy the story.
All right, very good. So it's Lil Dicky.
Jail Part 1.
Jail Part 1.
On the album Penis.
And an 8.5-minute rap song.
It's 8 minutes and 44 seconds
of goof rap.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that. That's what we'll do for What You Do That's New next week. And of course, I'll have a fresh suggestion on the heels of our review of Rauce's. Very good. Good job, guys. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in just 1 sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Klossman, KLAESNANLAW.com.
Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klossman, KlossmanLaw.com.
Bye. Afternoon slowdowns reported on I-4 today in the Orlando area, both east and westbound between Osceola Parkway and 535, and between Princeton Street and Robinson Street for those driving through downtown. No delays at this time for those who need to take the Beach Line or the Greenway this afternoon. If you see any traffic problems, just make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
It's playoff time, and the usual suspects are heading to Vegas for the big game. Bet Online is your #1 source for championship football odds, stats, trends, and lines. From point spreads to all your favorite prop bets, head to Bet Online to stay updated on all the action. Bet Online, the game starts here.
Let's get you that new bathroom of your dreams. Rebath of Mid-Florida is ready to do that for you, and here's how they do it. Incredible craftsmanship, incredible products, and, of course, owners that really do give a damn about how your bathroom looks. And here's the thing. They have everything you need in-house. You don't have to do anything else. That's the great thing about Rebath. Once you hire these guys, you are done. And when you do the Google reviews of Rebath of Mid-Florida, you are going to be impressed. Here's one for you. I had a walk-in tub replaced with a walk-in shower. From reviewing the product through final installation was seamlessly easy. Mike and Sean were knowledgeable, professional, timely, and friendly. The end result is beautiful. I could not be more pleased. Money well spent. Love reading these. There are tons of them online when it comes to Rebath because that's exactly what they do. They take that old bathroom you hate, they get that out of there, and they put the bathroom in that you helped design that really complements the rest of your house. And they have everything. It's the tubs, the toilets, the tiles, the lighting, the cabinetry. It's all right there. You work with their design team to design the bathroom of your dreams. They put it in just 4 to 6 days. Then on top of that, as if it doesn't get better, they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. The showroom couldn't be easier to find. 436 up and Altamont. Go in, tell them I sent you down. It's Rebath, midfla.com.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Hey, Joe Montana here. Back in my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia, a bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older or 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like diabetes or asthma, you're at increased risk. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Guarantee Media is giving away a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included for only $99. But you must tell me the name of a country without the letter A in its name. Text your answer to 96551 and you'll get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included. If you're one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, we will include a second bonus destination to Orlando, Florida. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. And be one of the first 50 listeners to tell me a country without the letter A in its name and get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals included, plus 4 days in Orlando for only $99. Tell me a country without the letter A in its name. Texting your answer to 96551. That's 96551. This is not a contest. It is paid advertising by Guarantee Media with the purpose of soliciting sales on vacation ownership and not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Some terms and conditions apply.
Hi, my name's Tim Forehand. I'm a deputy sheriff. In my job, keeping me in shape is important. I've tried other products to get my weight down, but nothing has worked like Android 400. In just 3 months, I've dropped 51 pounds, down from 230 to 179. Plus, the weight's come off in the stomach area. I've gone from a snug 36-inch waist to a 32-inch waist, which I was in high school. I highly recommend the Android 400 to all my friends.
Guys, are you frustrated because no matter how hard you try, it seems impossible to lose stubborn belly fat? Then discover why thousands of men each month rely on Andro 400. Lose belly fat, gain energy and confidence, and feel great about yourself. Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435.
Hey, you're up next.
My throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight.
Here, try these.
Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Ooh, I can already feel it.
I told you. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Please welcome to the stage. Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
The NFL playoffs are here, and there's no better way to stay up to date on the latest from our league than with the Around the NFL podcast. Join me, Dan Hansis, and my buds, Mark Sessler and Greg Rosenthal, for news and fresh content all playoffs long. We've been doing this together for over 10 years, and the playoffs always offer up something we've never seen before. We'll preview and recap every game as we make our way through the playoffs and to Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58. Listen to the Around the NFL podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Heed the call.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Prince of the Island here. Sorry about Friday. But, Jim, the problem with Apple is that it controls everything. So you won't be able to do mostly nothing on this. Because they're taking 30 to 35% off the developers. Do you think there'll be people that will be willing to sacrifice that much time for little money? Nah, I don't think so. It's gonna be a flop.
Tinted and unclean.
All right, 407-916-1041. Green, by the way, is your 4 o'clock keyword, GREEN. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at that $1,000. We hope you win for sure. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well.
tainted and unclean.
So as the weather gets more extreme, would you guys say that last year's hurricane season was pretty benign for us, pretty weak?
For Florida.
For Florida, I thought, yeah.
What do
you,
what'd you say?
Well, no, I mean, because you had a lot of Gulf Coast, where Ian had come in. For us here in Central Florida, we really didn't, but I'm still reading on the wire every day, Lee County just getting another $15 million.
Really?
Going down to Sanibel, Captiva, Bonita Springs area, which is where I believe Ian had made landfall.
Yeah, I got to think. But Ian was a year ago, right?
Yeah, it's so hard to keep in mind.
Ian was 2022.
Yeah, it was. It was not. There was
2023 season was.
Yeah, pretty benign. We did not get hit hard in 2023. We avoided a major in 2023.
We did around Labor Day. We had that storm that came in the West Coast up there.
Yeah,
that curved in because I remember I had to change my flight when I was leaving,
mm-hmm.
and some flooding in that area, but it wasn't huge.
Yeah, we had Hurricane Lee, Franklin. Lee is the one that I'm thinking of.
Right.
I couldn't tell you, man. I think the year 2000 is still 10 years ago.
It was actually the fourth most active Atlantic hurricane season.
That's crazy because it didn't seem like that because we didn't have any issues, although we watched it happen around us. But have you heard the news on the hurricane front?
Yes.
How crazy, right?
We got a hurricane?
I'm actually surprised it's taken this long.
Right.
Because they've always said if Katrina and Andrew had a different categorization, it would have been higher than what they had.
So the new thing is that the excuse me, the U.S. National Hurricane Center is thinking about adding a Cat 6 for hurricanes.
Oh, damn. There's a new kid on the block.
A Category 6 hurricane. Category 5 now has the highest warning level is Cat 5, which a higher percentage of frame homes would be destroyed with winds of 157 miles per hour or over. And I guess a Cat 6 would have to warn of signs of hurricanes that have winds that encompass what mile per hour and over. This is, by the way, this is inconceivable. Like, just give you an idea of how bad. This is faster than small airplanes fly. Just to give you an idea. You see those small airplanes people fly around, out of the small airport, little executive airport, the ones you just kind of little pipers, right? The Cherokees. This is faster than they fly. So they fly, I think, an average of about 140 or 150 miles an hour. Cat 5s, maybe not even that. Cat 5s are about there. The new category, Cat 6, means speeds of 192 miles an hour or faster.
Wow.
192. I don't know that we build a structure. I don't think that our building codes are up to 192 mile an hour winds. I don't think that they're even coded to.
They are in South Florida. That would be. Yeah, because they would be coded, I believe, in South Florida to the most stringent hurricane standards to a Cat 5 because, of course, Homestead, Miami, all of that was so devastated by Hurricane Andrew. So they've had much better building codes. You kind of see the building codes improve depending on what kind of storms they've had to deal with.
But I think that's the point. If Cat 5 was the worst and let's say building codes went to 160, do they...
No.
Do they know how to? Can they build stuff that can withstand 200-mile-an-hour winds?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you put a roof on a house that's going to hold on. I mean, you see some of the tiled roofs during some of these bad storms, and they hold up okay. The ceramic tile or the clay tile roofs, they do all right.
But at 192 miles an hour, I don't see anything. And if that's sustained,
it says here that this, according to the study they did from 1980 to 2021. Of the 197 Category 5 storms tallied between 80 and 2021, half occurred in just the last 17 years. So they've been, since 1980 to 2021, of all those years, the last 17 years, that 5 of those storms also exceeded the hypothetical Cat 6 rating.
Yeah, like
so
Katrina.
5 of those storms would have been over the Andrew, super tight, small storm.
Superstorm no.
I don't know. What do you happen when you have a Cat 6 coming at you? You just basically dig a hole and climb in?
I mean, look at the storm that just recently hit Acapulco. That was in late December. I want to say it was Otto. I don't remember the name of the storm, but the most frightening thing about that was that it went from a tropical storm or like a tropical depression, and 12 hours later,
Right.
it was a Category 5.
Right, that thing-
You had people staying in hotels in
Right.
Acapulco who were pulling their mattresses off of their beds to put them up against the patio doors. Nobody was prepared for a Cat 5. They thought it was just going to be a little rainmaker.
What do you do differently for a Cat 6 as opposed to a Cat 5?
Evacuate.
Yeah, Cat 6.
You don't try and stay.
You're not evacuating for Cat 5.
Oh, yeah. Cat 5, you're evacuating.
Yeah, I think.
So it's like, what extra precaution by that level of storm could you possibly take?
Yeah, well, you get the idea. So we saw what Katrina, that was a Cat 5. What that did to New Orleans. That was a unique case because of how New Orleans sits.
The flooding.
Yeah, the geology or the geography, I should say, of that. But when you talk about those storms that that come across here, the ones that happened in 2004, only one of those was like a Cat 4, right? So, or two of those were Cat 4s. So that's what you got, a crisscrossing of 3 storms, and the damage it did in Central Florida was magnificent. It was magnificent.
It was like a storm threesome on top of Florida.
It was.
A storgy.
Yeah, it was right around Kissimmee where they all crisscrossed.
It was a storgy.
A storgy.
It happened. You know what better place for a storgy to happen than right here in Central Florida?
It was a storgy in Kissimmee.
Yeah.
That's a show title.
And the other issue is that this is all under the assumption that we would have time to prepare for a Category 5 or a Category 6. But just like that storm in Acapulco, just like Hurricane Michael that decimated the Panhandle, so many of those deaths were because they were expecting a Category 3. And if you're a Floridian, you really don't evacuate for anything stronger.
Yeah,
if it's Cat 4 or 5, you evacuate.
Yeah, Cat 3 here in Florida, we just put our lawn furniture in the pool and call it good.
And
2 extra, 2 extra batteries, maybe a couple extra bags of ice.
24 hours later, that 3 had grown to a 5, and they were not ready. So to Jack's point, maybe the Category 6 is not so much for residents because there's nothing we would be able to do, but municipalities, your fire, your EMS, your police, your National Guard, all of those support services that you're going to have to lean on, because if you do get hit with a Cat 5 or a Cat 6, as we saw with Andrew, what's left?
I've never evacuated for a hurricane. Of course, I've never lived coastally.
Well, plus you're on the air, you wouldn't evacuate.
Yeah, not that would matter. You're right, because I'm a damn hero.
Well, because we're expected to be on the job.
Right.
No, you're...
He said dummy wrong.
I'm so curious. So, Jack, are you throwing out the possible theory that if you open up the gates to a Cat 6, that it might be counterproductive because that's now giving people kind of like, oh, Cat 5 is no longer the worst?
Yeah, Cat 5. It's like, hey, well, it's not a Cat 6. I might as well stay.
You see what I'm saying?
That would be the first thing Floridians would do,
That's
too.
what they would do.
I guess I got to put on a shirt.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess TV's coming. I got to be barefoot.
Yeah, if you're not evacuating for a Cat 5, does it matter if it's a Cat 6?
I don't know, man. I think that Cat 6 is a scary thing, right? That's like that extra powerful firecracker that they only keep in the back of the house.
But like Ross points out, if Cat 6 is the scary one, Cat 5 is less scary.
It's not less scary. It's not. We know that. We've seen what the damage that Cat 5s do. I mean, what Katrina did. I mean, well, of course, the levees called the real problem there, but what we saw Andrew do, which was basically wipe out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the state to watch because we're flatter than pea on a plate.
Sure, yeah.
There isn't anything, and I mean, and having had friends who had to clean up, and the difficulty of even remembering where you lived because. All of the trees and the houses, everything was destroyed. All the landmarks were gone. You couldn't find where you lived.
And I'll tell you something else that's going to happen too. What's eventually going to happen, probably within our lifetime, because we've seen this this warming trend. Obviously, you just heard that. Most of those storms have happened within the next or last 17 years. Is you're going to have issues where like you don't even you get the hell out of Dodge. You just leave. I mean, could you imagine somebody saying that there's a Cat 6 coming, a Cat 5?
I mean, and that first Cat 6 that's going to happen, half of the people are going to respond with, there's a Cat 6?
You're right, exactly.
When did that happen?
Yeah, man, I don't know. I just...
it's not only that, they're also thinking about starting the hurricane season earlier, because what I remember that stuck out the most from 2023 was the storms we didn't have in April and May.
Right, yeah.
It was the first year, it seemed in a lot, where we weren't talking tropical weather before the official start of the season.
And we're about to not be the only states that get hit by these things. You know, Florida, as it sticks out in the ocean, has usually been the target. We've been getting bullied by storms. And of course, they hit the East Coast going up there, and they've hit in the Panhandle as well. But
numbers game, we have a lot of surface areas.
But now you're bringing like New York and Virginia into play. Yeah, because now as the water's warm, hurricanes just aren't just for the lower parts of the states. I mean, these things are going to go up and regularly now hit in the Pacific or in the northeast now, where it would, the colder waters pretty much kept them safe, but that's not the safe place anymore. Anything coastal, I think, on the East Coast, I would say even going all the way up to New York City and north of that now have a possibility of getting hit.
What do you name the first Cat 6, Damien?
Oh, God, that's got to be it, right?
Maybe Percy?
Well, it would depend on where on the alphabet that it...
I think we need to start letting. Start letting Native American tribes name them. I think it would be better, right? Yeah.
Oh man, they would weaponize that.
I was going to say, are you sure?
We have a Cat 4 white man.
Right, exactly.
We're gonna have a lot of fun with that.
Just call it a-hole.
We got hit by a Cat 3 colonizer.
Yeah. Like, they're the best. Look, they're the best culture at naming each other. I mean, can we admit? I mean, seriously. I mean, the Ross Padgett pales in comparison to a running buffalo.
Yeah.
Or
he'd be more running ostrich.
Exactly.
I would be a
diving eagle.
I don't know what I would be. They'd just probably like pelt me up.
Yeah. You'd be talking bamboo.
Yeah. We have gringo leather.
Talking walking stick.
Jack would be guy in cave.
I'm not coming out.
All right. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. So look for the Cat 6 category coming soon to your U.S. National Hurricane Center using the Saffir-Simpson Hurricane Wind Scale. 100.
Is that the official one?
Yeah, that's the official one. That's the one that says at 157 is the Cat 5. Then after that, just basically blowing stuff off the foundation.
You got to stop at 6. I don't even want to hear an idea of 7. 6, devil number. It sounds scary. It's going to grab
attention. That's why they're doing it. That's what they're doing. They're trying to get people to pay attention so they don't die in these storms. Like Floridians just don't pay attention to this stuff anymore.
I'll double down on it. I understand they have rules for how they name storms, but if it's a Cat 6, you got to name it some like Seth. Like you got to name
90s movie name.
Just, that dark middle school boy name.
It's not confusing enough. Every time it grows in intensity, we have to change the name now.
Victor or something.
Yeah. It says here that the First Street Foundation at the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory says that the storm winds continue to grow stronger. Category 5, quote, fails to adequately warn of potential dangers that hurricanes present and suggest a Cat 6 warning that encompasses speeds of 192 miles an hour or faster. Imagine going, look, you know how brutal it is. Of course, now, Ross, with your new car,
yeah, dude,
you got your sunroof.
Basically going that fast.
Yeah, you get going 60, 70 miles an hour. You stick your hand out of sight. You're like, damn, dude, that's got some force. Think of like 190 mile an hour wind. Have you ever stuck your hand out when you're going 80?
All the time.
Or 90 or 100?
Yeah.
I mean, it's brutal.
It's a lot of fun.
Sustained winds like that for hours.
Sometimes I stick my head out the window if I'm sitting passenger and I open up my mouth until all the saliva dries up because I like acting like a dog.
Okay, man, that's fine.
I'm sorry. I'm just.
It's all right. That's
You're
fine.
asking questions. I'm like, yeah, I actually do that 2 to 3 times a week.
All right. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. So they are thinking about considering, offering a Cat 6 so that, I guess, are they just trying, because here's the thing, what scares Floridians anymore?
Category 5.
It's got to be 5, right? And it's got to be a 5 that's going to be pretty much a direct hit.
No,
right?
just a 5.
No. The scariest thing to Floridians is their homeowners insurance renewal form.
Exactly.
Which now may mean that we're going to start getting scared with Cat 2s and Cat 3s because it doesn't take a Cat 5, right? I mean, Charlie was
a 4.
It was a 4 when it hit in Southwest Florida, but by the time it had come up to us, it was a 2.
It was a 2, yeah.
And they still lost more trees in the city of Orlando. I think it was like 20,000 trees just in the city of Orlando.
Charlie was the worst one, and you're right. That was because we hadn't had a storm like that come through the city. It hadn't been cold out, right? It wasn't
right, and that's why the other 2 didn't do as much tree damage.
Exactly. Charlie took care of that.
Yeah.
We had that mountain of tree debris for a couple of years.
Remember the size of that thing that was over by the High Life Fronton?
Yeah.
Off of 1792 over in Fern Park.
It was a mountain of tree debris.
They started putting that stuff up there, and I could see it above the tree line because I lived right back there. It was like Mount It was like a mountain.
Yeah.
Mount Fern Park is exactly what it was.
We got to call it like Draco. You got to stick with the goth names if it's a Cat 6. You want this storm to sound like it's about to, cast a curse.
And, the chances are, being we here in Florida are going to see the very first one of these, or the first hurricane that's going to be categorized a Cat 6. I think maybe it would be us or, somebody in the Gulf, obviously New Orleans or Bam or somewhere like that. Maybe
these
Texas.
days, who knows?
Yeah. I think the biggest one or the worst one that ever hit was in Texas, right? Galveston? Back in the early 1900s, I thought that was the worst one because they were ill-prepared.
Also, the one that had struck, which I also believe if it had been categorized at the time, would have been a Category 5, and that was when they were building the Overland Railroad in the Florida Keys.
Oh, yeah?
And they had a bunch of World War I veterans who had gone down there for work. And had no idea a Category 5 storm was coming to just wipe out the earth.
Man, I got to tell you, though, if you're going to pick your weather anomaly, I would much rather have to deal with hurricanes than tornadoes like they have to deal with in the tornado alley out there in the Midwest as those things rip through because they're so they're so unpredictable.
Yeah.
They're so fruit by the foot.
Yeah, they're so unpredictable that you can't, even if you know they're coming, you don't know where they're going to hit, where they're going to touch down, what they're going to. I mean, at least with a hurricane, you have 3 or 4 days warning. Hey, this thing's going to be really nasty. You're going to want to clear out and prepare. Can't really do that for tornadoes.
Tornadoes or flooding? What would you rather have to deal with?
Tornadoes.
I see tornado. Well, yeah, I would take tornadoes.
Tornadoes. And that's the thing with hurricanes that I don't like.
Tornadoes or earthquakes?
Hey, come
tornadoes.
on. Tornadoes, that's easy. I don't want my house falling into a pit. Get out of
By
here.
the way,
you still have a sinkhole problem.
Yeah, exactly. And someone texted us the only answer that matters for Floridians.
Which is?
Thank you for setting us straight at 77031. We only get worried when the Waffle House closes.
Oh, yeah.
Because we know Waffle House don't close for anything more than a 4 or a 5.
Absolutely nothing. All right.
This segment brought to you by the Book of Revelations.
Yeah.
Which chapter are we on?
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 4 o'clock keyword, by the way, guys, it's green, GREEN. Get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance to win $1,000. Back in just 1 sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real Radio is Real Music Weekends. Music Weekends this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast for the remainder of our Tuesday. And we're expecting still a good amount of sunshine over the course of this afternoon. Clouds will continue to clear out. Temperatures, though, will be warming only into the low and mid 60s. And with that, we also have some strong wind gusts that will be possible. We're talking wind speeds as high as around 30 miles per hour over the course of this afternoon. For tomorrow, we'll see more of the same, a good amount of sunshine, but calmer winds, a high of 64. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by ViStar Credit Union. ViStar Credit Union is growing and is proud to open their 20th Central Florida branch in Altamont Springs. They are now open and ready to help you reach your financial goals and life goals. Welcome to a better way to bank. Visit ViStarCU.org/Altamont Springs or come visit at 151 North State Road 434. Federally insured by NCUA.
Before you know it, summer will be back, and Florida's intense sunshine will be beating down on us and our homes. And if you're tired of watching the sun bleach your upholstery and make the inside feel like a sauna, it's time to replace your old windows with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. In fact, they recently heard from a customer the other day who said replacing her windows with Renewal by Andersen was like having cataract surgery for her home because she couldn't open her windows or blinds because the sun was so hot. But now with Renewal by Andersen windows, she can enjoy her view, and the energy-efficient glass keeps her home cool. Every single window is custom built with your specs in mind, your hardware choices, styles, look, and feel of your specialty windows. And now Renewal by Andersen has a great offer to help you get started. Now through the month of February, buy 4 windows and or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus no money down, no payments, no interest for 18 months. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Go to RBAFLA.com for complete details. License number CGC 1527613.
Come join the city of Mount Dora as we celebrate Scottish culture at the Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, taking place the weekend of February 16th through the 18th in downtown Mount Dora. Enjoy live music, Highland athletics, bagpipes, plus a special guest appearance by actor and comedian Jamie Kennedy, and much more. Tickets available at mountdorascot.com. The Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, February 16th through the 18th. Sponsored by Guinness, Visit Lake, and the city of Mount Dora.
Hey Orlando, are you looking for new ways to save? Well, on Verizon, you don't need to be on a family plan to get our best deals. Switch to Verizon, and for a limited time, plans start at just $50 per month for a single line, with autopay plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone with unlimited welcome. That's a savings of $15 per month. And when you switch now, you can save on the things you love to stream, like Netflix and Max. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. A better plan to save is Verizon. This offer won't last long. Visit your local Verizon store to switch and save big today. $180 BYOD promo credit per phone applied over 36 months for new customers with one new line with your own 4G or 5G smartphone on unlimited welcome plan required. $360 local promo credit applied over 36 months for new customers with one new line. Additional terms apply. In select markets only. Auto pay and paper-free billing required. For unlimited welcome plan in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to be rewatching and talking about every single episode, and we're going to break it down. Oh, and we're going to be joined by special guests, including Larry David and Cheryl Hines, Richard Lewis, Bob Odenkirk, and so many more. And we're going to have clips, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So listen to the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Get ready for the big game with a free iHeartRadio app, the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring the biggest names in the game like Ross Tucker and his daily NFL podcast, NFL Now, and many more. Search NFL and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Make your dream of a new Pavers driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest Pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Tamron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
Your neighborhood Tools Ace Hardware has everything you need to get ready for spring. Now through February 29th, get the best prices on made-for-Florida Sunnyland fertilizers, Miracle Grow soils, Roundup weed and grass killers, yard tools, and more. Cypress mulch is 4 for $10 all month long. And don't forget to bring in your steel outdoor power equipment to one of Tools Ace Hardware's 10 service centers for a spring tune-up. Tools Ace Hardware has 12 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store delivery or pickup. And be sure to look for our brand new Tools Ace Hardware store coming to Hamlin soon.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
The only structure that would withstand 174-mile-an-hour winds is an igloo-type structure, a dome house with anchors in the ground. Why do you think they built igloos up north? Because there's a lot of wind up there in the cold tundra.
Daddy, hold me.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Green is your 4 o'clock keyword. About 6 or 7 minutes to sort of get over there and try to win that money. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here. Jack is, and so is Ross.
They might have been right just before their time with that Xanadu Home of the Future prototype. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. They're in Kissimmee?
Yeah, it was like a
They're made
dome.
of foam or something, right? Or
like little triangles like that, but the whole thing was like a dome.
You remember that?
I do.
It was a village of them, right? It was like a...
Was it? Was it more than one?
I thought it was more than one. They had a number of models that looked like a small village of igloos there.
But igloos are really fascinating, how they're built and for the water to trickle out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the center open so you can have a fire. And
I've never been in an igloo.
We used to make them, small ones, when I lived up in West Virginia. You'd get that wet snow, and you could literally just carve the blocks right out of the snow if it was fresh. And just kind of, use them like building blocks. We would build them as kids. Yeah, little forts, just doing stupid stuff when we lived up there for a short period of time. All right, 407-916-1041. Jack, we talked a little bit about MegaCon. What'd you think? I mean, you were out there on Sunday. Was it fun? Did you have a good time?
Were you amongst your people?
Was it crowded? I mean, we know that this thing is a massive event for the convention center.
You really nailed one of those. It was crowded.
Yeah, was it really?
Yeah.
Was it no fun? Is it just above your
yeah, well, it's tough because it's just so massive. I didn't go there with tickets to get. I wasn't paying for any autograph of anybody
or to meet anybody.
Yeah, it was really just to kind of experience it, walk around,
Had
maybe
you been
take
before?
some pictures. I went 10 years ago,
Okay,
and I
gotcha.
remember at the time that's when they were estimating the weekend crowd to be about 70,000 people.
I agree with that.
This year, they were estimating about 150,000 people.
I actually thought it was a little bit more than that. Even.
Right. It might have been.
It's crazy.
And then on Sunday, you figure, that's the day it might be dying down. It was packed.
Yeah, because isn't that the day? Now, this is what I hear about Sundays at MegaCon, Comic-Con. And Ross, you've been as well, right?
No.
You've never been to this?
No
Oh, man.
way.
This is right up your alley, dude. I've been twice actually, and I just went for the oogling. I just wanted to watch and see people.
Right.
You will see costumes that are movie quality costumes that people make at their homes by themselves, just walking around as part of a video game character.
And for them, everything was about this weekend.
Right,
I mean,
right.
They spent all year planning this weekend,
Sure.
and maybe other ones as well. And then some people, it's like, I got a costume I could throw on and wear.
Sure,
And you had those people, and then you had me. It's like, I like this T-shirt.
But what I hear about Sunday, and the reason why Sunday is one of the days to go, especially if you're a customer, is a lot of these people that as they travel down with the stuff and move around with the stuff, as they follow these cons around, is theoretically you could get a much better deal on something on Sunday if you're out there to buy, whether it be a trading card or a costume or any piece of memorabilia of any sort. That Sunday's the day to do it because that's the last day everybody's in town. So the conception or the misconception is that Sunday's a lighter traffic day, but I've heard it's actually worse because of the people who are the buyers are going out there to find a deal.
We know our convention center is one of the largest in the world.
It is.
And the area that they use for this parking in the convention center parking lot, they were all closed. By the time I looked online, they were all sold out.
That's inconceivable, by the way. If you're not from Orlando and you've never been to our convention center, it's inconceivable that parking could run out.
So then they had satellite parking at Point Orlando, which is about a mile away.
Yeah.
All right.
And I pulled up to that, and they said all filled for MegaCon. And then they had another satellite parking at Icon Park, which is about a half mile further away, all on International Drive, that tourist corridor there.
That lightly traveled road.
Yeah, so parked there. Then we took the shuttle and made it to the convention. Check-in was actually pretty easy. You get a badge. It's got a chip inside of it somewhere, and they scan that, and you kind of go in, and then it's just a massive people.
Did you
aisles and aisles and aisles of vendors all set up?
Did you see anything that was worth buying? Did you even see like a little piece of memorabilia or something that kind of threw you back, or something you'd be like, I should buy that? That kind of reminds me of my childhood, or anything like that?
Yeah, nothing that spoke to me like that. But then again, it was more just navigating the people.
Did it smell? Did the people smell?
It did not.
I'm surprised. They
It did
usually
not.
sweat. A lot of costumes, a lot of layers.
Yeah.
Went to they had the little food court had kiosks set up, and I got a Cuban sandwich that they had for $14 or so for a Cuban.
Five bites
that
of
must
a
have made you pucker.
And an $8 coffee.
Oh,
but
yeah.
that Cuban caffeine kick.
Oh,
they
yeah,
get
yeah.
you. Oh,
Oh,
that
yeah.
gets you going.
Yeah, that same guy, that same vendor does the volleyball.
Yeah.
And when you go over to make these Cuban coffees that are super sweet, and they've got this pot of this sugar that they make. It's like this brown sugar kind of stuff that they make. And that pot looks like it's never been cleaned.
It shouldn't be.
Ever. And they put that sugar in that coffee. And, buddy, let me tell you, if you are having a hard time getting up at 7:15, 2 sips, and you can fly.
So someone just texted in. They also parked same parking lot I did at Icon Park. It's 1.4 miles from the convention center. That person didn't know there was a shuttle, and they walked it.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, that's fine. Get your steps in.
Here's the deal. At Icon Park, they have a parking garage. Floors 4 through 6 are free to park if you are shopping and dining in Icon Park. So when you pulled in, all you had to say was, I'm going to Shake Shack.
Yeah, right.
And then you park for free. Otherwise, it was $20 to park if you said MegaCon.
Unbelievable, man.
What'd you do?
Shake Shack. Sorry,
Did you Shake
Jack.
Shack it?
Oh, he Shake Jacked it.
I thought of it. I was like, but there were 2 reasons why I decided to be honest.
I was going to say Jack Shack, but you can't say that. That sounds bad.
All right. 2 reasons.
2
First
reasons.
one, God is watching. What's the other one?
Well, okay, 3 reasons. One is I had to say MegaCon because I also wanted information on where the bus transportation was, where I could connect. It would have been weird if I said, no, I'm just going on the, Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. And, But by the way, where's the bus to MegaCon?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Just
the other one.
just so happens my kid's dressed like Deadpool.
And the other one was my kid was dressed like Spock. You know?
That's hard.
Busted.
That's hard to ignore. Him.
She was a Vulcan, and she had that costume with the ears and all, and she was ready for it. And
that's awesome.
But there was no way for me to say I wasn't going for MegaCon.
Now, I'm going to ask a stupid question because I can't remember. Brightline doesn't go down there yet, right? Like the train does not run down there yet.
There's a Sand Lake exit. It does go that far down because then it goes on to Ponciana.
Right.
Okay. So, and it stops at Sand Lake near just to the east of I-4.
So you would still have to
near
find
International Drive.
You would still have to find transportation down to the end of I-Drive.
Yeah.
I mean, that would still be a pretty good haul.
And it was running free all day because of the other events going on in the
Right.
marathon. So that was another option. Take the Bright Line down to I-Drive and then just Uber to the convention
That's right. If
center.
you had to do that or walk or whatever, man, they should have. I mean, that corridor should have been covered by that Bright Line, man, because that's such a big popular place. And the other thing, if you have transportation from downtown Orlando and you're able to get to the tourist areas, I think it would maybe make some of the tourists maybe stay more in downtown Orlando or more close to the city than just staying down in the tourist areas, and spread some of that money around to the local vendors up here in town, the restaurants, whatever the vendors may be. That would be kind of cool, but
2 things I learned. One is if you're going to MegaCon in the future, so you got to have a plan. Go to the website, map it out, look at
everybody online was saying
the
that.
maps, have a plan to know what you want to do and what you want to get out of it. Otherwise, you're just stumbling around with hundreds of thousands of people. And the second thing is to remember, cosplay is not consent.
Yeah,
they have signs everywhere. If you want to, people come dressed up. You ask them to take their picture. You ask for permission. Most people are proud of what they've done
that's
and
for
would
real.
love to be in your picture. But you don't just run up. They encourage you not to just take people's picture without their consent, even if they are dressed up.
And sometimes the joke is on you. There's a dude underneath there.
More often than not.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Got another keyword for you coming up in about 5 minutes. And on the other side of this, have you ever had to work with an ex? There's an interesting story about a couple people that we know about them from television, and they had to do this, and I wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit. We'll do that right after this.
Some call it the big game. We call it the Super Bowl. Real Radio is joining FM 96.9 The Game for Westwood One's coverage of Super Bowl 58. Coverage starts at 5 p.m. this Sunday on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Still seeing slow traffic due to accident activity reported on I-4 westbound between Sand Lake and the Beach Line, where a crash is now just blocking the shoulder on the interstate. Still seeing heavy backups for those traveling between Cayley and Colonial Drive as well. Looking at a disabled vehicle that continues to block the southbound left lane on Kirkman as you approach Vineland Road. If you see other traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes.
When you get your biggest tax refund from Jackson Hewitt, prepare to shout, "Jackson Hew, yeah!" from the rooftops. In the event you don't get your biggest refund, you'll get your money back, plus $100.
It's time to get pre-approved so you don't miss the party this summer at your new pool home. You know, rates have gone lower for about 9 weeks in a row, and that mortgage guy, Don, has been helping people with their mortgage needs for over 20 years. Experience the mortgage broker difference like I did and save a bunch of cheddar. In fact, government studies prove buyers save about $9,400 on average when you work with a mortgage broker rather than with the banks. Let that mortgage guy, Don, make your dream home a reality just like he did for me. It really is peace of mind right there at your fingertips at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. And now, during our President's Day sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add an adjustable base. Ends Monday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Get connected to Central Florida like never before with Very Local, powered by Wesh 2. Stay informed with the local news team you trust. Explore original series and specials.
You are one of the most inspiring people I've ever met.
Experience new sights and new adventures with the ultimate Central Florida insiders.
I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me.
24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now and stream like a local. Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco-Free Florida's phone quit service, you'll receive one-on-one sessions with a coach who can help you on your quit journey. You may also qualify for free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
Here's how to avoid a top mistake in divorce. Text messages and social media posts can wind up in front of a judge. Act accordingly. Don't post like a fool. Divorce? Trenley Kramer Law. TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
Take your Valentine's experience to a whole new level this year with jewelry, flowers, candy, dinner, and a flyaway romantic getaway. All courtesy of International Diamond Center. Nothing says I love you like romantic jewelry from IDC. From a simple pendant to an exquisite designer ring, we've got a fantastic selection of affordable, timeless gifts. And this year, with any jewelry purchase at IDC of $129 or more, we're giving you some long stem roses, some delicious chocolates, and a gift card for dinner from Vito's or Fishbones. It's one-stop shopping for all things romantic. And if you really want to take it up a notch, we're also giving away island getaways. Just spend $5,000 on jewelry and you'll get a $500 airfare credit for a Caribbean vacation. Spend $10,000 on our jewelry and get 3 nights including airfare at a tropical resort. On us. Make this Valentine's one to remember. Let IDC help you with your jewelry, flowers, chocolates, dinner, and a romantic vacation. We've got it all. Happy Valentine's from International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our windows blend energy performance with hurricane protection. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Buy more, save more. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
For all your windows and doors, go to FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Doc Holliday here, driving down to Mayaca City, Florida today to get me a new horse trailer and dig it on the JCS show. Miss Deb, you were up in my neck of the woods a couple of weeks ago. Next time you get up that way, you have to get Brother Jack to give you my email address. I could recommend you some other parts of Charleston you might not have seen, like the music scene. We got some pretty good stuff going on there. I wouldn't steer you wrong, baby. Y'all have a good day. Adios.
Oh, man, I thought we were going to get a...
No!
Ha! There you go. All right, 407-916. Do we have a name for that guy? What is
Cowboy.
Cowboy.
Yeah,
there
he
you
goes
go.
by Cowboy.
And I
Right.
did look at the bridal bits like you suggested.
All right.
He calls
easy.
himself Doc Holliday.
Is it Doc Holliday?
Yeah, he
Okay.
goes Doc Holliday here.
All right. 407-916.
I don't know. Let's go to the tape.
1041.
Doc Holliday here.
There you go.
Yay, Doc Holliday. Sorry
Your
about
5
that.
o'clock keyword is check, CHECK. Just go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Check, guys, is your 5 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win a faux show. Get in there. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. You ever had to work with an ex? There's this is a story out of it's just a Fox News story talking about the HGTV star, Christina Hall.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she was married to Tariq El Moussa, and they had that show on. It's called Flip or Flop.
There it is. Flip
Yeah,
or flop.
Flip or
Love it or
Flop.
listed. I don't know.
Yeah, HGTV. Love Her Listed is a show. It's a bad. She just left.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah. Forget her name. Hillary.
Hillary, the one who was not big on the sugar.
No.
Hill Dog.
She just left. So they're looking for a new person for. I think his name is David.
Right.
To go off and do their thing. That's a great show, by the way.
I didn't mind that one.
Did you guys know Love It or List It?
Love or List It?
Love It or List It?
Or is this Flip or Flop?
No, this is Love It or List It, where they come in, and one guy's a realtor. He tries to find you a house to buy, and the other one is a remodeling specialist. She goes in your house and tries to make your house the dream house you think you're looking for out on the open market. And at the end of the show, after she's done a renovation, and he has found a house in an area that supplies what they need, maybe more space, more bedrooms, whatever the case may be, workspace. And then the owners get to decide, will they love their house now or are they going to list their house now? Good show.
All right.
It's damn good.
Well, I learn lessons and morals.
Well, you just kind of find out what you like. What you do is you find out these families fall in love with a structure and they don't know why. And because the structure doesn't fit their family at all, but they don't want to leave it. And this guy, David, will go out and he'll find this great house that has everything they want. And then the couple will they'll do a remodel in the house that they're living in, and they'll eventually wind up just staying in that house because they're so attached to a piece of property. I mean, Jack, you've lived in the same house for years.
Yeah, this one since '99.
Yeah, are you attached to it, or is it just where you live? I mean, could you move tomorrow if you wanted to get a, quote, better spot, maybe live in a different location or something?
No.
You just want to be right there?
Yeah, no. It's like I see how you are able to do that.
Yeah.
And nope.
No, you don't like the idea of that.
I don't.
You don't like the idea of moving a bunch?
No, I don't.
Oh, yuck.
You don't like that idea either?
No.
Oh, I've moved, let's see, moved from the
And that's why I don't, because I did a lot of moving.
I think I've moved 3 times in the last 7 years.
And I think each one has probably benefited you greatly.
Oh, it has.
Right?
I mean, that's the plan. By the way, this was the plan after my kids left the house is to move into houses, fix them up, sell them, make money, do that a couple of times, build up a wad of cash, and then buy a place outright,
And that's why one of the main reasons at first why I wouldn't even think of it is because the kids in their school. Now, we're just kind of exiting that portion of our life. My daughter still lives with us and is attending, college.
Right.
But still, that's why it wasn't even an option for me.
Yeah. And Ross, you guys have your house that you're in together. You just got to get married a couple years ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of that thing.
You're trying to move out?
I mean, at some point, I don't want to stay there forever.
No, but you got to build up some equity in that place. Let the property values come up. And by the way,
I know that.
The money is about to get cheaper too. I think the Fed's going to drop the rate like 3 times this year.
Oh, duh. That's all part of my portfolio and plan.
Well,
I know exactly what I'm doing.
Well, this is how people build wealth. That's what that's the whole idea. Is you get in a house, buy a bad place in a great neighborhood, get in there, do your work, fix it up, sell that house, take that equity, and go buy another place that has more ceiling, and then do it over again. That's what we've been doing for the last 6 years.
That's the other thing. Since I bought mine in '99, the value has increased considerably for what I paid for it to where it is now. And I can't imagine selling that. And then what do I do? I got to,
find another one and hope.
And there you go.
But listen, if that's where you want to live, you don't have to do any of that. If you're happy with where you are, that's fine. See, my goal was this. I didn't want to live in one place and then just pay for it for 30 years and call that home. I had no interest in that whatsoever because I like the idea of change. It just kind of keeps things fresh for me. So that's why we don't mind moving around. We'll move into a house, make the property look really nice, market the property, sell it, and then take that equity and go buy something else and maybe in another area that we want to kind of explore and do that again. But we stayed in one place while our kids were there in the same school district. That was the most important thing. But, starting with the lake house, which is right around the corner here, that was our plan to build wealth. That was the whole idea, a part of it.
You're kind of like the perfect couple for that because of your experience with fixing things up and your wife's real estate experience. It was
design. She's got
design. And it was just literally a great marriage for that concept of moving, selling and moving on.
And we've been very fortunate, man. We got that place in Baldwin Park and got a great deal because the person was dying to get out of there. They accepted the very first offer, didn't even think twice about it, got real lucky. And then, moved on to where we are now and, made the proper the changes there. And we'll wait for that market to come up and then we'll sell this one too eventually. And
you're waiting for Xanadu, the home of the future, to become available.
Yeah. But here's the thing. That's how you do it. If you're smart about it, you can do this and use your, one piece of property to gain wealth if you want. You can do that. But the story is different. I mean, this is why I brought this up. They had nothing to do with that. So these people who had this house called Flip or Flop, it was Christina Hall and this guy, Tarek El Moussa, right?
Yeah.
And they eventually wound up getting divorced, right? They left, but they still did the show together. And he said it was the most difficult thing he'd ever done in his life was have to go in there and work with his ex-wife, who I don't think he wanted to have a divorce. I mean, they didn't want to, he wanted to be with her. So had to go in there and kind of just act nice on camera. And then, afterwards just leave and go to separate places like that.
Well, I think it's definitely more difficult for that person who doesn't want the relationship to end to have to continually have that on-air relationship.
Yeah, I've only had this once happen in my life. I actually, after my first marriage, I dated a girl that worked here, and it was a travesty.
What?
It was a travesty.
Do tell.
So it was really, I learned a very important lesson about that.
That animals know that you don't eat where you crap.
Right. Yeah. Listen, nothing could be more true than that. But we had to play nice because she was incorporated with part of what I did here on the air, and it was the worst thing. I mean, it was so bad.
I feel lucky and blessed with all my exes.
You haven't had to deal with this? I thought you.
Oh, yeah. No, I've worked with all of my exes.
Yeah. Is that weird for you to have to work with them after you've broken up and you have to act like you don't know each other a little bit or act like nothing happened or there was no intimacy or anything? Isn't that odd?
It's not ideal. But I feel very grateful and lucky that all of my exes
live in Texas.
All of my exes and myself, I thought we did as best as we possibly could have.
Yeah.
There was one time, I'll throw this out here. I had an ex, and I was in the middle of a fitness test.
Okay.
So I had
That seems like something you do.
So I'm taking a fitness test for my job.
Okay.
And my ex just so happens to then get like the mat right next to me.
Oh my God.
And so we both have to just do a plank. We have to do a plank for a minute for our job.
Right.
And I look over and she looks at me. We haven't seen each other for like a year and a half or two. And we're both planking. Now shaking and looking at each other, and she goes, I haven't seen you from this angle in a very long time.
Yeah, shaking and incapable of performing. It's just like last time.
I was like, and I got to laugh. She got to laugh. So like I said, I feel like I've been lucky that all my exes have never keyed my car or slashed a tire.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Did you ever have that? You ever work with an ex or have a situation like that? No? Didn't have to ever deal with that? Yeah, I just it was a weird thing. And
Only a coworker I hated that we would stop traffic in the hallways as people would wait to see who'd throw the first punch.
But with this situation, I mean, they're on television. They have to kind of act nice to each other.
That's why I could never see.
He said it was the most difficult thing he ever did.
That would be tough.
I don't know. Do you know anybody that works with an ex?
Dude, I gotta be honest with you. Where I was working, everyone was each other's exes.
Yeah. It was like a big orgy out there.
I mean, to a certain extent, if you were really playing the card of like Kevin Bacon, but with sexual partners.
Yeah. 6 degrees of sexuration.
Yeah. You are going to be in trouble. And at some point,
that's a tight web, is it?
Yeah, like I think it sucked the first year when I realized that, like, oh, this is the adult dating game, and I need to get over this real fast because that's not the life that I want to live.
Right.
And be vengeant or something.
Yeah. How many people do you think have to work with their exes? Like have to work with them because like maybe they're in business together. They have a small business, and rather than liquidate the business and split it, they would rather just kind of keep going. They just kind of have to learn how to deal with each other. Man, that would be like a nightmare. I could not imagine that.
Well, or the people who just because they were dating at work ended up getting married and were still working together. Something you refuse to think management has any say in, but it happens. But I think one of the ultimate examples of someone who had to work with their ex, I was just listening to it over the weekend, and someone just texted in about it. Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham.
Oh my God! Well, that whole band, that thing was just an orgy from the onset.
But then she writes songs and makes him sing, and she's singing to his face about it.
If you want to
night after night,
I cannot believe you brought that up. If you want to see some of the best ever, Jack is 1,000% right. Go YouTube some of the old Fleetwood Mac performances where it's post those breakups between Nikki
Silver Springs,
Stevie Nicks, and Lindsey Buckingham.
Yeah.
I mean, they are basically screaming these lyrics at each other in the middle of a crowd, like sold out crowds, and they're bitching at each other about their relationship on stage.
Dreams is one. Silver Springs is another one that it's about their relationship. It's pretty epic.
Oh, God, I could not imagine dealing with that. I could not imagine being in business with an ex and then having to come in there every day and live that over and over again. But I know it happens out there. I know people have to deal with it every day.
The worst ex I ever had and still have is my first ex-girlfriend.
Really?
My high school ex-girlfriend.
She's still a terror, huh?
Yeah, dude. I don't know how well she's doing.
Really?
I think since she.
Yeah, she brought a gun to school.
That's the one who brought the gun to school.
Yo.
He brought an airsoft to the bus stop.
Yo.
She brought a fully loaded, weapon to school.
Bonnie and Clyde over here.
Yeah, when we broke up, she fell in love with a Southwest Florida gun dealer, and that just put her on a different trajectory.
Oh my God, are we safe?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, as a culture,
I legit think she got deported to Canada.
She
was a Canadian. She was a thugged out Canadian, little Canadian girl.
Build that wall. Yeah. Build that wall.
So thugged out Canadians say "damn."
Yeah. That's their F word.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Don't forget your 5 o'clock keyword is check, CHECK. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at winning with $1,000. Back with It's On Only Money and our friend Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. Stay tuned. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Real radio is the news junkie.
And we found out, we missed out. They did a resurrection of...
Jesus.
No. Happened a long time ago.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Still seeing slow traffic due to accident activity reported on I-4 westbound between Sand Lake and the beach line, where a crash is now just blocking the shoulder on the interstate. Still seeing heavy backups for those traveling between Cayley and Colonial Drive as well. Looking at a disabled vehicle that continues to block the southbound left lane on Kirkman as you approach Vineland Road. If you see other traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World.jobs.
Walt Disney World Resort is hiring. Explore a variety of full-time and part-time roles at the heart of the magic and enjoy great benefits like complimentary theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at WaltDisneyWorld.jobs.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day is now live. It's in our YouTube chat. You go to YouTube, search Jim Colbert Show. You can see us there, but also take part in the chat. We'll talk about the results at the end of the program. Today it's brought to you by Home Builders Network. That is where you find Mike the Home Builder. Great guy, can totally help you when it comes time to fixing things around your home. Because you know when that happens, you definitely want someone you can trust. Because your home is the biggest investment most of us will make in our lifetime. So you want to make sure you take care of it. Use someone you can trust. That's Mike the Home Builder. And you connect with him at the Home Builders Network. Whether it's repairing your roof, new windows, doors, maybe it's gutters. He did a roof and gutters for me a year ago, and today still just as good as the day he installed them. Great job, local guy, someone you can trust. He's Mike the Home Builder, and you find him at hbnusa.com. Again, hbnusa.com.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star. Sip cocktails that shimmer. Then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. Located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Your neighborhood Tools Ace Hardware has everything you need to get ready for spring. Now through February 29th, get the best prices on made for Florida Sunnyland fertilizers, Miracle Grow soils, Roundup weed and grass killers, yard tools, and more. Cypress mulch is 4 for $10 all month long. And don't forget to bring in your steel outdoor power equipment to one of Tools Ace Hardware's 10 service centers for a spring tune-up. Tools Ace Hardware has 12 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store delivery or pickup. And be sure to look for our brand new Tools Ace Hardware store coming to Hamlin soon.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
I'm Chris Walls, and I'm a truck driver from Missouri. For 13 hours a night, I sit in my truck and I drive. Out of boredom, I'll stop and eat. If I'm not doing fast food, I guarantee there's a bag of chips open on my dashboard. Along with that, I'm good for about 4 liters of soda a night. That was all until Andro 400. I started out 4 months ago weighing 341 pounds, and since taking Andro 400, I have dropped 45 pounds. I'm sleeping better. There's no cravings. My knee pain went away. I've had some lower back issues, and I've noticed that went away, and I can only contribute that to Andro 400. One thing that Andro 400 said on the radio ad says it attacks belly fat. Well, let me tell you, it did. I've lost 6 inches. This product really does work.
So guys, if you'd like to experience similar results, then get Andro 400,
the safe, natural, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Get ready for the big game with the free iHeartRadio app, the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring the biggest names in the game like Ross Tucker and his daily NFL podcast.
I am so looking forward to that game.
NFL Total Access.
That's another mini storyline to watch.
NFL Now.
This could be the dangerous team.
And many more. The free iHeartRadio app and the NFL. Getting you the insight and behind-the-scenes stories you need for the big game. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search NFL and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that as we do every single day. Your 5 o'clock keyword is check, CHECK. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that away. It'll tell you exactly what to do. When you do, keep your phone near you because that's how they tell you you've won. Had a winner last week. Ready to tee it up again and get some more winners. Give that $1,000 out. What are we at, 5K total, Jack?
Yes, sir.
5 winners so far. We're loving giving out this $5,000. I believe we have this week and next week, and that's all done.
That is correct.
So we want to get over there. Again, your keyword is check, CHECK. RealRadio.fm, send it off, and hopefully you can win that dough. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is here.
Yep.
Ross is here.
That's true.
And every single Tuesday around this time, we do It's Only Money with our buddy Scott Brown.
Helping people passionate about planning for their future rise above investment myths to build real wealth.
Isn't that really just common sense financial advice?
It's both.
Oh, okay.
It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth.
Good and loud for the returning champion, Mr. Scott Brown.
Yeah!
Save money. No
Back.
walking boot.
Back with a vengeance.
No walking boot is critical.
Back with a vengeance from Colorado. How was your vacation, my friend?
Oh, it was amazing.
It's good up there.
It's cool, man. Colorado's probably my second or third favorite state.
It's pretty
Super
badass.
cool.
I got a good friend. My closest friend actually is from Longmont. They spend a lot of time in the Denver area. So, when we go up there, we basically have a concierge that takes us around all the cool spots and, just going to Red Rocks and doing all the things around the ski areas. I was telling you before we went up, it was in the summer, but when you go to the Summit House there in Aspen, it's like winter up there. I mean, the top of the mountain does not know.
Yep.
And they're still skiing from the top of the mountain down to the middle of the mountain. But man, they're up there partying like crazy.
Yeah, I'm past that age.
You can't drink more Baileys than those people were drinking at the top there.
No, I've I left that behind a few years ago, Jim. But,
Very nice.
So a glass of wine's all I need.
Still like to ski though, right?
I do love to ski.
Do you guys get a lot of that in, or is a lot of your trip up there just kind of chilling out, or is it? You don't feel like you have to push the skiing in because you're there a while.
That's what I've been trying to tell people is like when you go skiing for a week, like a lot of folks do, and you feel like if I don't ski every day all day, then I'm wasting my time, my money, et cetera. Whereas we were there for a month, and we skied on average, I would say 3 or 4 days a week.
That's still a lot, though.
Yeah. We're into it.
Same mountain?
Steamboat's big. It's a big mountain.
A lot of trails.
There's probably 25, 30 runs on that mountain alone.
I'm a blue trail kind of guy for you, brother. I love the blue trails, just kind of cruising down the mountain, enjoying the views.
Yep.
Don't need to go fast. Don't need to tempt my life.
No, you got to watch out for the 8-year-old snowboarders screaming by you. But other than that, it's humiliating. By the way,
By the way, that's what sticks are for. The sticks are not for balance. They are to stab 8-year-old snowboarders.
Yes. They're merciless.
All right, Scott, of course, from Edgewater Family Wealth, been doing it here in town 35 years or so, right?
That is correct. I'm actually starting year 37.
Good for you.
Wow.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Directing families here in Central Florida, trying to maintain their financial positions and create new ones, create that lasting wealth so you don't have to have worries when you reach into your 50s and 60s. You have a plan.
Yeah.
That's what you specialize in.
That's what I try to do. Yeah, that's the goal.
I tell you, you've been doing it 35 years. You're pretty good at it.
You would think after 35 years I know a little something about it. Yeah.
All right, so let's get to it because I know that people really love the segment and they really love what you have to offer for knowledge. And I know that you have another seminar coming up soon, and we want to make sure that people understand about that because these could be life-changing events, could they not?
Yeah, we hope so. We hope, if at the very least, if you come out, you learn something you didn't know before. You probably had some insights you couldn't glean from Money Magazine or some other method. And yeah, so we're doing an event. It's at the Rauce Chris in Winter Park. You can go on to EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com and register for the event. It's I believe it's February 21st at 11 a.m. So we have two experts speaking. One is a CFA, a money manager, myself, if I count as an expert, and then we have a Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security expert who speaks. And that's, Jim, that's one that people underestimate. If you're between the ages of 60 and 65, and you're coming up on that, okay, how does Medicare work again kind of situation, or when should I take Social Security? The expert we have, his name's Greg Rossler. In fact, I'm having dinner with him tonight. He knows so much. He's been doing this for like 28 years. He's one of the foremost authorities here in Central Florida. And I learned something. I've been doing this 37 years, that we just discussed. I learned something new every time about Medicare, where I'm like, oh, I didn't realize you could manage, because people think, well, you just sign up and it's over.
Right.
But no, there's like 5 or 6 options, and there's a good way to do it and a bad way to do it. And hopefully on the 21st at Rauce Chris at 11 a.m., we'll be able to provide some of that insight.
More information at EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com.
Yes, sir.
You get signed up there. Free?
Free.
Free, there you go.
Yeah, we even feed you.
We even feed you.
We're going to feed you.
Scott, how long does that last?
It's typically we go about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on questions. But yeah, it's between an hour or two.
Cool.
Yeah.
The thing I think that, and we'll kind of get to this here in a second, I think one of the biggest misconceptions with managing money is you have to make giant moves all the time. I think you watch TV, you get caught up in movies, and you see financial managers always moving around. In reality, it's really the bulldozer effect that really makes it the best. You put it in first gear and slow, and you don't back out. You don't do anything different. You just stay there. And it's so unbelievable that's hard to let people understand that because they think you have to be wealthy to work with a money manager, when in reality, that's the idea of working with a money manager. Maybe not the wealthy idea, but the idea of using your money as a tool for you so you can set yourself up for a better life as you kind of age a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's about maximizing your situation. I mean, I know people, and as you do as well, as everybody in this room does, knows people who are exceedingly wealthy and are miserable, right? They live beyond their means. Maybe they make $500,000 a year or $800,000 a year, and they're still struggling, and they're unhappy people. Whereas I also know people who make $40,000 or $50,000 a year, and the happiest people I ever met, because they live. Wealth
within their means.
They live within their means. Number one, but number two, wealth is. Being wealthy is freedom, right? Freedom to do what you want, when you want, with who you want.
The number one reason I wanted to make money in my life is so that no one can make decisions for me.
There you go.
That's the number one reason.
100%.
When I left Palatka, Florida, I said, I watched my family get their life dictated to them. And I promised myself I would never do that. I'm like, you're not going to dictate my life for me. I'm going to make the decisions where and what I do. And the only way to do that is to learn how to make money and then manage it properly so that you can set yourself up and you don't have to answer to as many people. And that's freedom in itself.
It is. It's free. Again, if you don't put yourself, I think your point's well made. If you put yourself in a position, it was awesome. I'm like inspired.
I felt like we were down 14 at half, and I was ready to come back.
Listen, when you come, a lot of people out there understand where I'm coming from. When you come from poverty, we weren't abject poverty. We had a place to live. We had AC in our house.
Sure.
But we also watched my parents struggle every single week to make those money, and every single member of my family. And I promised myself as a kid who was born with a little bit of sense that I would never, ever, ever put myself or my family through the idea of living check to check. Now, and I've done that a lot of part of my life. I did
me too, buddy.
But I learned how not to do it, and half the battle is just not being afraid to make a move or two. And people believe those things are insurmountable, Scott. And I think that's one of the biggest hurdles that people face with wealth is they just aren't willing to take that first step.
Yeah, I agree. And I think people, unfortunately, media or people who claim to be experts put emphasis on the wrong thing. People think, well, the biggest decisions I can make financially are picking a stock or picking the right mutual fund or, the best bond or the right sector or the right crypto. None of that all pales in comparison to, here's the 3 big things. All right. And I'm going to credit a book I just read called, I think the name of the book is No Worries, Live a Stress-Free Life. And I'll think of the names of the guy here in a second. But the point of the book was that there are 3 big decisions you can make in life. Who you marry is number one, right? So when you pick a significant other, you need to make sure that that person is on the same page, because if one of you is a spendthrift and the other one's a cheapskate, that is going to end. Are you the cheapskate or the spendthrift, Ross?
Hey, buddy, that's a coin flip.
Yeah,
I think his wife is pretty frugal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, she's.
Yeah.
I was saying that for
Jared
half the
Dillian,
meeting.
thank you. Yeah, I need to give Jared Dillian the credit for that. I promised him I would plug his book today, but it's a great book. And the point is that I'm stealing from Jared, essentially, is that these three decisions, again, who you marry, where you live, and what you choose to do for a living. And now we can all agree teachers are underpaid, right? That's not something where anybody's debating.
Grossly underpaid.
Grossly underpaid. But if you're becoming a teacher today, or you became a teacher, this isn't a new conversation, right? Teachers have always been underpaid, and we all agree they should get more. But we do know going in, when we choose the occupation of being a teacher, that we're going to be underpaid compared to a lot of people with similar education or similar circumstance. So when you become a teacher, you choose to do something meaningful, hopefully for our children and for our future and for our community, but you know the compensation isn't going to be such that you're going to probably get wealthy from doing that. So my point is, if you choose an occupation to be an English teacher or a history professor or an artist or something like that where the compensation isn't high, you need to make sure that you're providing in some other way, because you can't fix what you don't have if you don't have the revenue. So if you've chosen an occupation through education or for other reasons that doesn't provide a lot of income, you gotta factor that in. Where you live. If you live in New York or San Francisco versus Orlando, you're going to need to make 30 or 40% more money just to be able to save. And then again, going back to the original point, the third and most important decision you can make for your money is who you spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah, because I mean, you're right. If one of you is a spend crazy maniac and the other one is thrifty, is frugal, that's going to be a weird thing.
Yeah, it's going to be a source of conflict constantly.
Yeah,
if you're
always.
arguing, one of you likes to buy nice clothes, and then you get home after having bought that nice pair of sneakers, Ross, and then your wife's looking at you, where did those come from? You spent $180 on the new Jordans.
They were LeBrons, and they were a rare Liverpool
Exactly.
edition.
Exactly.
Get off my back.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a little too close to home.
And what made it worse, I'm kind of embarrassed by this, but they were British shoes, and I put the wrong shoe size in because I'm an American.
No.
So I have to wear 2 damn socks for them to fit.
That's so nice.
He has American feet.
Yeah. Big fat American feet.
Yankee feet. So he's, again, if your spouse is somebody who's a spender and you're not a spender, that is always going to be a source of conflict.
And really, to be honest with you, that needs to be handled. I mean, and I've been in a situation like that in my life where you have to just sit them down and go, hey, look, man, do we have the same goals?
Yeah.
I mean, really, as basic as that is like, what do you think we should be doing at 65? Where do you want to be? I mean, where are we financially? And then kind of come to the conclusion that you both have to make some changes to make that happen. And, again, creating generational wealth isn't easy. And I think a lot of people believe you need to make a fast move or invest in crypto or your buddy told you about a hot tip on the market or whatever.
Right.
Slow and low, man. It's like cooking a brisket.
Yeah.
You just got to save and forget it's there.
Yeah.
And then couture your lifestyle to make sure that you never have to dip into that situation. And then next thing you know, you've saved money. You have a plan now.
Yeah,
it's just amazing how it happens.
Compounding is, as somebody once famously said, is the eighth wonder of the world, and people don't usually give that brisket, in your example, time to get tender. And so, I again, people overthink things. They think, well, if I can pick the right stock, or I can pick the right financial advisor, if I can pick the right bond or the right crypto or and they spend an inordinate amount of time on this topic, these individual small choices. And the other mistake people make, and I'm not for being a spendthrift, so don't take this the wrong way, but if you choose not to have pizza one night and think that's going to make you wealthy, or clip a coupon and think that's going to make you wealthy, or think I'm going to make my own coffee instead of having Starbucks, that's going to make you wealthy. No, it's the bigger decisions. That buying too much house, that's a classic one, right? If you go to the bank and they say, well, on your income, you can afford an $800,000 house, and that takes you right up to your credit limit, and that means all of your discretionary income is going to the upkeep of that house and to make the mortgage, that means you can't save, right? What if you bought a $500,000 house,
right,
and save that money, right? So that's a big decision that no amount of saving money on coffee or donuts is going to fix. So you need to make the better decisions at the big end.
Do you find that a lot of the financial issues that people have is just this almost sounds stupid to say, but it's just self-regulation. It's the ability to just say no to yourself.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing I had to learn as I kind of moved toward getting myself set up where, I didn't have to worry about things when I'm 60, 62 years old. The number one thing is saying no to myself. And I found that increasingly difficult because I'd really spoiled myself into believing that, you should play golf 3 times a week. And you should have the best golf balls, and you should wear the nicest stuff, and you should have this. I mean, you've worked hard in your life.
Yep.
And you start kind of talking yourself into horrible decision-making, and it's just kind of funny how poisonous that can be.
In my experience, the harder I've worked in my life, those months where I've put in all those hours, I've done shows every weekend, I've picked up shifts, it's really hard to tell what I deserve and what I've earned.
That's a big distinction. That was profound.
And the harder you work, the thinner that line gets. Where you just worked 30 days in a row. You're right. You do deserve that, but reality sets in. Black and white numbers. Have you earned it?
Well, and I think again, what you're talking about is delaying gratification, right? And sometimes you can go too far with that, right? You can, you don't want to delay gratification until you're dead because that seems rather pointless. And that brings up another point. One of the things that I run into in my office not the most, but quite frequently, is people who won't spend money. Right. So what you're saying is you've delayed gratification until you're 65, you've saved, you've been responsible, and then it's hard to get them to shift. It's like they've got this big pot of money, and I'm like, go do something because the pot just keeps getting bigger, right? So again, it's about, and it's overstated, it's cliche, but it's about moderation. And the part about delayed gratification is once you learn that delaying gratification in and of itself is gratifying, and you start to appreciate that about yourself.
I'm watching my daughter go through that right now.
Yeah, I think that's critical.
Daughter just got a great job, right? And she's actually has 2 jobs. From the job she had before, they kept her on to do a certain part of it, and then she's working full-time for another job, making more money than she ever has, and saving money. And the interesting thing is when you learn how to be proud of it, and I've watched her be proud of it.
Yep.
She told me what her balance was in her savings account the other day, and I was glowing. And the appreciation and the response she got from me because she had saved some money on her own was one of those things where you get addicted to it. You once you realize you can do it, and once you realize you can cut back on that thing that gets a couple of $100 extra bucks in your savings account a month, you become a little addicted to it. Like
you do.
You want to save, and then you want to challenge yourself. Do I want to save $1,000 a month? Do I want to, hey, by March, I want to have, $3,000 in the bank.
Yep.
By June, I'd like to have this. Not to spend it on something, not to go out and buy something, but to have. And then maybe invest later down the road, but create a nest egg. And it just takes a little discipline. And people have a hard time doing that sometimes, Scott.
Well, again, it goes back to gratification. What you're describing is she has shifted from delayed gratification to changing what the gratification is.
Yep.
The gratification comes from the delay in the discipline, and she's starting to get addicted to that feeling of success. And again, ultimately, we don't want to overdo anything. What's the Rauce will tell me? What's it? The FIRE move where you save money for 15 years and when you're 35 you retire or something like that. So what I'm getting from that, Rauce, is you deprave yourself for the first 15 years of your life so you can deprave yourself for the rest of your life. I'm not sure that's a good idea either, right?
Yeah.
So ultimately, you want to moderate things. You want to be thoughtful. Look, listen, this isn't rocket science. We all get it.
People overcomplicate this stuff.
They overcomplicate it because it makes it so they don't have to do it, right?
Yeah.
If it's complicated, then I can't do it.
I don't understand it.
I don't get it.
Feels like a scam.
Saving? What is this about? I don't care for it. I don't trust it.
Hey, we only have a few seconds here because we're on against the clock, but I did want to get to the second point that you had because I'm interested in what it means. You cannot become wealthy on the expense side of the ledger. What do you mean by that?
Well, going back to what I said earlier is people, and again, I'm not advocating to be a spendthrift or be careless, but what I am saying is the big decisions matter. A lot of people shop with the intent of saving, if that makes sense, right? If I clip coupons, I'll be wealthy someday. If I go to the sale rack at Marshall's or wherever it is, I'll be wealthy someday. If I only eat pizza on Friday and not Saturday, listen, that's helpful, but it's not the big difference. The big difference maker is the house and the spouse and the way you behave in the big things, where you live, what job you have. And, I looked online before I came in. The average Uber driver makes like $20 to $25 per hour. What if you didn't watch CSI Minnesota or whatever the 19th different CSI there was and spend that 2 or 3 hours driving an Uber? That's $60 a day. That's $400 and some odd dollars a week you could save to get you to where you want to go. So ultimately, it's about the big things. It's not always about the little things.
What's helped me out spend less money was working more. Because if you're at a job, you're not at a mall.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, that was my theory back in the day, buddy.
Agreed.
When I was working like literally 18 hours a day, I was like, hey, well, I can't spend money while I'm doing this.
It's hard to do.
We can only get out of this hole. Okay, another seminar coming up here in just a couple of weeks. So
Yep.
I want everybody to know about it so they can make plans to come out and learn how to get themselves in a much better position in life. And look, when you guys hear me talk about money, and I'm talking to the audience now, it's not about being stinky wealthy or anything like that. I drive a pickup truck with no tailgate. You know, an old pickup truck. I mean, it's not about that. It's about making yourself comfortable so you don't have that looming thing in the back of your head about where's this money coming from? What if something happens to one of the kids? This is planning for your life. This isn't buying Lambos, man. We're just trying to make life comfortable so you don't have any big surprises.
Yeah, no Lambos, Ross.
But a Honda Accord hybrid.
Yeah, those
maybe
are nice.
Maybe
those
that
are
did
nice.
happen.
That'll work. So ultimately, we're having an event. Let's see, that is February the 21st at 11 a.m. at the Ruth Chris in Winter Park. You can go to edgewaterfamilywealth.com and you can register for that event. And you can also download my book and our advisor guide should you choose to do that.
And not only is it free, I know you guys give out a little lunch as well, right?
We're going to feed you.
All right, so you get there, get some good information. You'll be speaking.
I will.
Somebody else will be speaking as well?
Yeah, we got 2 or 3. We have a Medicare Social Security expert named Greg Rossler with us, and our CFA Tammy Hassenbeck will be also speaking about stocks and bonds and things of that nature.
Let's go. Let's get smart.
Right, EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. Hop on board, register, get set up, go there, and start your life. I mean, you do it. I mean, honestly, in just a couple weeks, your life could change. Couple decisions, simple stuff. This isn't going to break you in half, but you will become more disciplined and make your life better and less stressful, man. Really, in all reality, the only reason I ever wanted to make a little money in my life is to avoid the stress I saw on my parents' face every single effing day of their life. Every day. The burden of money, the burden of bills wore them down to a nub. And I told myself I would never do that. I would never allow that to have power over me like that. And that's what you have to do. You have to empower yourself and go and get with somebody who can really guide you in a way. Because if you're willing to work and make some money, there are people out there that are willing to show you what to do with it so that you can have a better lifestyle. It's that simple.
Again, not complex, just hard.
That's right. All right, there he is, Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. Scott, always good seeing you. All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up. Trivia's next. Doobie Brothers tickets on the line.
You have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Is LeBron pressing the Lakers to make a big move at the deadline? I say pressure them to do what? They're barely 500 with an old legend, one great defensive big man, and a nice third wheel, and that's it. LA's too inconsistent with no great young assets other teams want. They're right where they should be. Around 500, play-in game for the playoffs if it started today. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Staples Print Big Sale means the more you print, the more you save. Get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. Ends 2/10/24. See staples.com/print for details. Print more, save more at Staples.
Man, if you ask anyone who's experienced LASIK, they're going to tell you it's the best thing I ever did. That's exactly what my son and my father-in-law would tell you. And more often than not, they'll add this, I should have done that sooner. That's exactly what my father-in-law said. Should have done it 10 years before that. What are you waiting for? The Philatosky Eye Institute is offering free, that's FREE, LASIK consultations. And all you have to do is this. Simply text 1041 to 868686. Start your journey to better vision with the Philatosky Eye Institute. These guys have all the experience you want. They performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures. They use the latest state-of-the-art technology. Finance is a concern. Do not stress. These guys have 24-month interest-free financing. Again, it's so easy. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Philatosky Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
Committing to saving for 4 years of college can be stressful for families. Not to worry. Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. The reality is, most parents don't cover all of their child's college costs. A Florida Prepaid one-year university plan lets you start small and add a year at a time as your budget allows. With the lowest prices in 10 years, plans now start at just $34 a month and are 100% risk-free, so you can never lose your investment. Plus, any amount you save today means less debt for them tomorrow. Florida Prepaid open enrollment is now. Find your plan today.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Hey, Joe Montana here. Back in my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia, a bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older or 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like diabetes or asthma, you're at increased risk. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose, making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible, so Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Major phone carriers make you sign contracts with rigid data plans to trap you into a kind of forced phonogamy. Sounds pretty insecure if you ask me. At Consumer Cellular, we believe in a more consensual and healthy form of phonogamy, free of contracts and more flexible to your data needs. This way, you stick around not because we force you to with contracts and fees, but because you love our phone plans. Like ardently love our phone plans. Phonogamously. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law. One firm for life.com.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And we're back to the Jim Colbert Show.
What the hell was I thinking? Ha! That won't happen again, guys, I swear. Y'all have a good day. Adios.
There you go.
Don't let it happen again, Doc Holliday.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Don't forget your 5 o'clock keyword is check, CHECK. Got a few minutes to get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is as well.
Yo.
And Ross has the sauce jar. Let's get it.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Lickety-clack, lickety-clack. It's a spooky train today. I have a beautiful pair of tickets to see the Doobie Brothers at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater in Tampa, July 11th. That is your sauce jar, the Doobie Brothers. And which the sauce jar is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local and support a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company. Just make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show, because that bad boy's going to get you a discount. Book them today at centomoving.com. That's CENTO. Moving.com. Slow clickety-clack, but still good. Back to you.
Thank you, Deb. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Ross, who's first today, buddy?
This next name was one of my exes. Let's welcome Heather.
Heather, right up top. Heather, how you doing?
I'm good, except for one of his exes.
Oh, it's okay. He has a lot of them. They're like Hansel and Gretel across the counties.
Oh, goodness.
The bodies of former lovers.
I'm a good lover, though.
All right.
That's nice to know.
Heather, want to play a little game with us?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Shut Ross up. This guy's always bragging about his conquests.
Yeah.
My God almighty. All right. Heather, this is a really easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of those answers is a lie. If you can find it, I will send you to the sauce jar and, of course, off to see our good friends, the Doobie Brothers. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. On this day in 1962, lead singer of one of the biggest rock bands in the last 50 years. Famously late to everything.
The Wu-Tang Clan.
Had a legendary feud with his iconic guitarist.
Axl Rose.
Axl Rose is the answer. He's a snake dancing maniac. Axl Rose was born on this day. It's his birthday. Here are 3 fun facts about Axl Rose. You know who that is, right, Heather?
I do.
All right. Here's 3 fun facts about Axl and one lie that should have gone on stage about an hour ago.
Right.
All right. Number 1. Axl got into a fist fight with designer Tommy Hilfiger at Rosario Dawson's 27th birthday party.
Oh, man.
Number 2. Axl wasn't always Axl. Growing up, he was known as William Bailey. Number 3. Axl's concert writer demands his dressing room be all black with bouquets of fresh roses, 18 red, 18 white. And lastly, in high school, Axl was a scouted second baseman that hit .301 his junior year. Which of those is a lie?
Let's go with number 3.
No, that's true.
Oh, sorry, Heather.
Axl Rose's
not you.
Concert writer demands his dressing room be all black with bouquets of fresh roses, 18 red and 18 white. Ross, who's next, buddy?
Weirdo.
This is crazy, but another name of one of my exes. Let's welcome Matthew.
Matthew, how you doing?
We'll find out here in a second.
All right, buddy. We're talking about Axl Rose, lead singer of Guns N' Roses. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, Axl got into a fist fight with designer Tommy Hilfiger at Rosario Dawson's 27th birthday. Number 2, Axl wasn't always Axl. Growing up, he was known as William Bailey. Or lastly, in high school, Axl was a scouted second baseman that hit .301 his junior year.
The baseball.
Yeah, that's the one, buddy. You're a winner.
Yay!
Enjoy the doobies, doobie. No, all right. All right. Put you on hold there. Giving me absolutely nothing. I gave you Doobie Brothers tickets. You gave me silence. I think that's a fair trade.
Well, you didn't ask him a question.
I did.
No.
What'd I say?
You said enjoy it.
You
Hold
said,
Matthew. God, they did it again. There you go.
He's on a delay.
Yeah, you're on a delay. All right.
Yeah, he's in the West Coast.
Hey, there he is. Give me the delayed woo. I love it. Thanks, Matthew.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Matthew,
that. Put
for
you
the
on hold,
woo.
man. Yeah, that's right. Axl did get into a fist fight with designer Tommy Hilfiger at Rosario Dawson's 27th birthday. He wasn't always Axl. He grew up as William Bailey. And it's kind of a weird story because I guess he found out that his dad wasn't his dad or something. Ew. So he changed his name from Bailey to Rose or something like that. A couple other things you may not know about Axl Rose. Axl punched David Bowie in the face and had him removed while shooting the video It's So Easy for flirting with his girlfriend.
Oh.
Former lead singer of Blind Melon, Shannon Hoon, who is now dead, God rest his soul, he and Axl were very good friends. Matter of fact, if you listen to the Use Your Illusion albums 1 and 2, that guy singing background, that's the guy from Blind Melon, Shannon Hoon.
Really?
Yeah, they were good buddies.
Oh.
Axl's mother was how old when she gave birth to Axl?
16.
16's the answer.
Wow. Oh, wow. You knew that, Jack?
I did not.
16 years old. Yeah.
Merry numbers.
Axl, his brother, and his sister had a church choir group called the Bailey Trio. He grew up in a very strict Pentecostal house, just like I did.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then lastly here, in 2006, Axl was arrested for biting a security guard on the leg, which is, by the way, the worst tough guy move of all time. If you bite another man on the leg, you deserve to have your face stomped straight into the back of your skull. That is the least manly thing you could ever do in a fight, is bite another man. God almighty. You want to ruin your tough guy image? Bite a dude.
I mean,
I've done it.
Tyson bit a dude, and he's all right.
Yeah, no, he's not all right, buddy. Have you heard him talk? He's not all right. He's not fine.
I'm just saying.
He's not fine.
He came through it.
He's still deemed
He's all right.
pretty manly.
He's got a face tattoo.
He came through it. He talks to the wall and raises pigeons. He's not fine.
He's doing all right.
Yeah.
He was doing the pigeon thing before boxing.
He really was. He really?
Yeah. He's a big pro pigeon guy.
Thoughts?
So we talked about this once before, but I wanted to give it an update because it is for real 100% a thing. My super cool aunt bought me a pinky ring about 2 months ago when I was out there for Thanksgiving.
Aunt Jan.
Mm-hmm. I'm a different person. This is why I bought a new car.
Oh, because of the pinky ring?
Absolutely.
It's changed your attitude?
Completely.
A pinky ring.
A pinky ring.
Power of the pinky ring.
It's pinky ring patch, baby, right after the break. Get ready. It's just a different person.
Are you Puffy now? Is that what you're doing? You're doing your best Puffy?
If Puff is cool, then I guess I'm Puff.
All right, back in a sec with Ross Thoughts.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Still seeing slow traffic due to accident activity reported on I-4 westbound between Sand Lake and the Beach Line, where a crash is now just blocking the shoulder on the interstate. Still seeing heavy backups for those traveling between Cayley and Colonial Drive as well. Looking at a disabled vehicle that continues to block the southbound left lane on Kirkman as you approach Vineland Road. If you see other traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print Big Sale means the more you print, the more you save. Get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. Ends 2/10/24. See staples.com/print for details. Print more, save more at Staples.
You know, your neighborhood Tools Ace Hardware has everything you need to get ready for spring. Right now through February 29th, get the best prices on Made for Florida Sunnyland fertilizers, Miracle Grow soils, Roundup weed and grass killers, yard tools, and more. Cypress mulch, only $4 for $10 all month long. And don't forget to bring in your Steel outdoor power equipment right into Tools Ace Hardware's 10 service centers for tune-up for spring. Tools also has 12 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can just shop online at acehardware.com. Get that free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers $0 down and 0% financing for 12 months on any fence product. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Guarantee Media is giving away a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included for only $99. But you must tell me the name of a country without the letter A in its name. Text your answer to 96551 and you'll get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included. If you're one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, we will include a second bonus destination to Orlando, Florida. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. And be one of the first 50 listeners to tell me a country without the letter A in its name and get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals included, plus 4 days in Orlando for only $99. Tell me a country without the letter A in its name. Texting your answer to 96551. That's 96551. This is not a contest. It is paid advertising by Guarantee Media with the purpose of soliciting sales on vacation ownership and not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Some terms and conditions apply.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Take your Valentine's experience to a whole new level this year with jewelry, flowers, candy, dinner, and a flyaway romantic getaway. All courtesy of International Diamond Center. Nothing says I love you like romantic jewelry from IDC. From a simple pendant to an exquisite designer ring, we've got a fantastic selection of affordable, timeless gifts. And this year, with any jewelry purchase at IDC of $129 or more, we're giving you some long stem roses, some delicious chocolates, and a gift card for dinner from Vito's or Fishbones. It's one-stop shopping for all things romantic. And if you really want to take it up a notch, we're also giving away island getaways. Just spend $5,000 on jewelry and you'll get a $500 airfare credit for a Caribbean vacation. Spend $10,000 on our jewelry and get 3 nights including airfare at a tropical resort. On us. Make this Valentine's one to remember. Let IDC help you with your jewelry, flowers, chocolates, dinner, and a romantic vacation. We've got it all. Happy Valentine's from International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando location. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. We're going to be rewatching and talking about every single episode, and we're going to break it down. Oh, and we're going to be joined by special guests, including Larry David and Cheryl Hines, Richard Lewis, Bob Odenkirk, and so many more. And we're going to have clips, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So listen to the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, how's it, everyone? Oh, talking about being scared in a storm. I escaped Hurricane Aniki in Hawaii. 160 mile an hour sustained. But take a storm like Irma, and I live a block off the beach. When you have those bands, the tornadoes in the bands, that's the hard thing you never know. And wasn't the wind speed, was the tornadoes just flew.
Yeah, Ron White has the best bit about weather. You know Ron White, the very famous comedian, was part of the Blue Collar Tour for years.
Yes, Tater salad.
Yeah, tater salad, exactly. He goes, it's not that the wind is blowing, it's what the wind is blowing.
Right.
That is the problem. He goes, when you see a 2x4 driven through a palm tree as if it had been engineered to put there, and it was just the wind that did it, you kind of understand your odds are bad.
Yeah, not good.
He goes, anything flying at 70 or 80 miles an hour is going to hurt. Basketball, it doesn't matter. It's going to hurt. All right, 407-916-1041. Your 6 o'clock keyword is bills, BILLS. Simply go to realradio.fm. You'll see how to send that away. Once you do, keep your phone near, keep it on, and answer the damn thing, because that, my friends, is how they tell you you've won. Bills is your 6 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win for sure. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is as well.
Hi.
And Ross has some thoughts. Let's get them.
It's weird. It's funny.
The pinky ring is off.
Sometimes.
I don't have it on.
It's Ross.
I know, it's right here.
Spelled like sauce.
I do that with my wedding ring all the time.
Ross
It's no big deal.
Is it like a mob thing? Isn't a pinky ring kind of like a mob thing?
Dude, I don't know. That's why I kind of ran the route of, I'll be a pinky ring guy. So right now it's off. I don't feel like, honestly, like my levels have plummeted with the pinky ring sans not on the finger. All right? I'm a normal Joe Schmo. Do you guys have anything, though? Deb, I know that, you throw some of that purple in your hair, and that makes all of a sudden we got perp hair Deb.
That's right.
And all of a sudden she's walking around. I'm like, oh, my God.
Getting dirty looks from other women at the Walgreens.
That's when you know you made it.
And that's when you know you're in a small town.
Yeah.
Because you step out of your car and you're like, what's wrong? And you're like, oh, purple hair.
The purple hair, yeah.
Purple hair.
I think you're a witch.
Every time you dye your hair purple, you know what I always find weird, though? You always slap my ass. And I'm like, what a power move.
It is a power move.
Yeah. And I was like, man, I need to get my own purple hair deb going on.
Exactly.
Jim, you got something? Do you have a little inanimate object that you like to flex and wear every now and then? And all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I think I might run for president.
Look, I don't know about that. But I think, is it rare? I'm a 56-year-old man that likes to wear skinny jeans.
Is it skinny jeans?
I like wearing skinny jeans. I used to wear the dad jeans like Jack wears all the time, the regular fitting dad jeans.
Jack over here catching strays.
Shots fired.
I am reg fit.
But
Gotta admit, I'm reg fit.
I like to wear them a little tighter now. I don't know what it is.
It feels good. Now all of a sudden you're walking in.
I
You're
wear
like,
skinny jeans all the time now.
now you're walking upstairs and you don't know if you should walk up them or kick flip them.
Exactly right.
Yeah, now you have options. You have confidence. Jack, do you have?
I actually have a power move, and I did it earlier today. I grabbed the razor and I shaved the outside of my ears.
Nice,
Yes,
Jack.
I get rid of those little wings.
Oh,
And I'm like, I'm unstoppable
no,
now.
that's just basic hygiene.
It's your Red Bulls.
That's not
It
pinky
gives you
ring.
wings.
Yeah.
That's not purple hair. That's not skinny jeans.
I feel good.
Removing ear hair
It makes
is
me-
your
It makes
pinky
me
ring?
It makes me feel good.
Yeah, I've never had a piercing, so I don't have piercings. I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not a piercing guy. I don't have tattoos.
All right.
So that's what I have to do. I have to wear skinny jeans, and I have cool shoes.
We're basically halfway through the segment.
Okay.
Let me put this bad boy on.
All right.
And now everything's different. Everything's so much cooler. I just feel great.
Oh, is this what happens when you put your pinky ring on?
The pinky ring is on. This is exactly why I bought a car, because I looked at my pinky ring on an 06 Sentra, and I went, no, that ain't happening.
So the pinky ring turns you into White Snoop?
White Snoop.
If you want to call me White Snoop, whatever color Snoop. Actually, don't call me Black Snoop. That's already taken.
Vanilla Snoop.
Vanilla Snoop.
A Snoop of vanilla.
A Snoop of vanilla. Show
You
title.
can call me a Snoop of vanilla
Yeah.
as long as you don't call me lame.
Yeah, you're not lame.
Because my confidence is through the roof, through my sunroof.
Oh.
I have to tell you, this voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about it?
This voice doesn't hit me as a voice of confidence.
Oh, it's so confident. I'm so confident. It feels so good when I'm going to 80 and a 60.
Oh,
Look at you, player.
He's mentioned the car every day since he's gotten it.
I know.
Have I mentioned that I'm almost about to spend money on it?
About how?
First investment in the car.
You
What are you
lowering
going to
it?
do? What are you going to do?
Tinting windows.
I'm going to tint them windows.
Yeah, I knew
Yay.
That's a
they
good
can't-
call.
So the public can't see my pinky ring.
And when they ask you what color you want, just go blunt.
Yeah.
You just don't want to be. I don't want to see you smoking this blunt.
I order steak rare now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everything's changed. The palate's completely changed. I like it red. I like it fresh.
Can I ask you what?
I don't even wear sunglasses. I want my eyes to raw dog the sun.
What? What led to the pinky ring? What was that?
He's
Because
always wanted one.
I was peeping game behind some glass, and my super rich aunt was like, I think he's kind of poor.
Oh, yeah.
He's peeping some jewelry. I'm a supply it. That's how it happened. Now I'm a pinky ring guy.
She bought you the pinky ring like as you were looking at it. She's like, "Oh, you can have it."
It was an impulse buy, and I was like, "Whoo, I'm on board.
Now-
Giddy up."
Now, does she know it created this voice that's killing us?
Killing us, supporting us, giving us oxygen. It's really tough to tell. It's just so good. I
You
feel
feel swag?
slippery. I feel swaggy.
You feel swaggy with that?
I feel like a non-phallic eel. It's more of like a blob eel, a circular eel. You just picture it.
Now, does your wife like this new personality
You know
that's
what?
been given by your pinky ring?
You know, it's funny that you bring that up.
She's not down with Snoop
I
White.
have to tell you, buddy, knowing her the little I do, it doesn't seem like this would hit her real well.
Well, I see the ring on my left hand, the ring finger, that says marriage. The pinky ring be screaming divorce.
Oh.
She doesn't like it.
Oh.
Too confident.
Oh, really?
Well, it's because I keep doing this one thing.
That?
No.
Are you sure?
No, it's whenever we're out in general public and I pretend like I don't know her.
Oh, God.
And
Why would you do that?
Because I'm role playing.
Oh,
but you need to let her know that you're role playing.
Yeah, I never knew. I just started doing it out of nowhere.
Or the next role you'll have is divorcee.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's not funny.
She was in aisle 8 picking out Chex Mix. I was in aisle 7, and I just acted like I never knew her. So I said, "Hey, baby girl.
Oh, no.
You look too good. May I recommend the cheddar Chex Mix?" So I'm always like, staying on top of my game and flirting with my girl out in general public. We go to theme parks, and I always take a knee. And people get really excited, like I'm going to propose. And in reality, I'm just cleaning my pinky ring.
Oh, God. You got to take a knee to clean that pinky ring?
No, I just want everybody to think that I'm proposing.
Oh, God, dude. What has gotten into you?
I can't see why that would be a problem.
What has gotten into you with this pinky ring? You have been different.
I am a sentient Whole Foods.
I don't know what that means.
Because I am fresh.
Oh, God.
Everything has a payoff, baby.
What does your wife think about this new attitude here? This very, I don't even know what will you call the attitude, the pinky ring attitude?
Awful, annoying, disastrous?
The PRA.
Hey, baby, let me get another spin drift.
What?
That's what the pinky ring says. Spin drift, seltzer water, low calories.
All right.
I'm in my mid-30s, but the pinky ring helps.
Boy, I bet you can't wait to get this thing off your hands so you stop talking like that.
Absolutely. I just took it off
Oh,
and back.
good. Oh, yeah. Are you okay?
Sorry.
Oh, my God.
Dude, when you take your pinky ring off, do you remember the pinky ring persona of Vanilla Snoop?
Who's Vanilla Snoop?
That's a great question,
Yeah,
Jay.
there you go.
I know, completely out. Like right now, without the pinky ring, my favorite color is yellow. Now it's on, it's purple. Purple, crimson purple, little shine.
Can I tell you, I hate Ring Man.
I think you love Ring Man. I don't know what love is.
I don't like Ring Man. Ring Man is not my favorite guy.
No?
You could put that ring on any other thing in your body other than where you have it
Whoa,
now.
careful.
If this is what we get with the ring, I do not like it.
Where would you want?
Oh, I know what I
different part
want.
of my body.
Yeah.
Oh, let me. Yeah, that would fit too. It's a pinky ring.
I want to see Faticus and Ring Man in the same room.
Can't even have those two together.
No, you can't. You can't.
If I may say.
Get out of here. This ain't you. This ain't for you.
He may be
like-
representing him one day.
You got a little white puffy going.
I
Like
think
a
I
little
sound,
white puffy.
I think I sound
Oh,
amazing.
that's what his wife said.
Yeah.
That sound great. Puffy. Benadryl. Another deal. Tip your servers. Welcome to Chuckle Hut.
Vanilla Puff.
Vanilla Puff. That's my vape. Whew, 5% menthol. I'm addicted. It's a vice. I spend $50 to $60 on vape pods once a week, but the pinky ring makes me feel okay with it. That was TMI. I'm in debt. Those are your Rauce thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
All right, 407-916. I hate the pinky ring guy. I hate pinky ring guys.
Don't tell him that. He'll be back on the regular.
I hate pinky ring guy.
I think you love pinky
I
ring
do
guy.
not like pinky ring guy.
Oh, man.
He's coming back.
It's opposite day.
I am not a fan of pinky ring guy.
Oh, why are you winking?
No, ain't nobody winking.
Deb slapped my ass.
Yeah, you think I'm winking? You're pinking. I don't like this guy.
But as long as we thinking, my eyes are blinking, I'm out of rhymes.
All right, God.
There we go.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Your 6 o'clock keyword is Bills, BILLS. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in just one sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Because sometimes inviting amongst friends is exactly what you need to lower the volume on the voices in your head. Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Still seeing slowdowns on I-4 this evening in the Orlando area, both east and westbound on the interstate between Osceola Parkway and 535, and between US 27 and the 429, as well as through downtown between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. Still seeing northbound accident activity on OBT that is blocking the right lane at Holden Avenue. Another crash causing delays at Edgewater Drive and Fairbanks. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
February is Heart Month. That's right. And you need to make sure that your heart is fine. Life Imaging FLA can do that with their free heart scan. Man, let me tell you something. This has been a game changer client for me and plenty of Central Floridians since we've been talking about Life Imaging FLA. Jack and Ross and Deb, they can tell you. We will be out at events. People will walk up and go, hey, man, thank you so much for your Life Imaging FLA spot. Once I heard it, I went and took advantage of the free heart scan, found out I was fine. My wife had blockages, or found out my wife was fine and I thought I was fine. I have blockages. And a lot of this information has led to surgeries that have saved people's lives. That's what Life Imaging FLA is all about, finding those problems before they become issues, and they can do that with that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. This is a $699 value. But check it out. No dyes. You don't have to take off your clothes. This entire thing only takes a few minutes, but the peace of mind you get is unbelievable. Do not wait. Do exactly what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. $699 value. While you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. It could not be easier. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Make that call today. Make 2024 the year you take control of your long-term health care. You have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Looking to hire the right employee? Find them at the Florida Jobs Now job fair, FLJobsNow.com for more info.
I'm Katie. I was in a bad car accident. I woke up in the hospital 6 weeks later. My husband called attorney Glenn Klotzman. I met with Glenn. He said he would take care of everything, just keep healing. I feel blessed he was there to help. I'm doing well. I'm so thankful Glenn Klotzman was there for us. The results he got for us were way more than expected. He's more than an attorney. He's a friend. Call him at 407-917-1718. KLAUSMAN law.com. Office Winter Park.
Are allergies holding you back? Take control with Aspire Allergy and Sinus, your one-stop solution for a breath of fresh air. Our expert team offers comprehensive allergy testing and cutting-edge treatments so you can enjoy life without the hassles of sneezing and sniffles. Say goodbye to allergy and sinus struggles and hello to a healthier, happier you. Go to AspireAllergy.com today to ditch those temporary fixes and schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Your neighborhood Tools Ace Hardware has everything you need to get ready for spring. Now through February 29th, get the best prices on made for Florida Sunnyland fertilizers, Miracle Grow soils, Roundup weed and grass killers, yard tools, and more. Cypress mulch is 4 for $10 all month long. And don't forget to bring in your steel outdoor power equipment to one of Tools Ace Hardware's 10 service centers for a spring tune-up. Tools Ace Hardware has 12 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store delivery or pickup. And be sure to look for our brand new Tools Ace Hardware store coming to Hamlin soon.
Very local, powered by Wesh 2. Local news. Breaking news this morning. Original series and specials. I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me. 24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Make your dream of a new paver's driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Temron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
The NFL playoffs are here, and there's no better way to stay up to date on the latest from our league than with the Around the NFL podcast. Join me, Dan Hansis, and my buds, Mark Sessler and Greg Rosenthal, for news and fresh content all playoffs long. We've been doing this together for over 10 years, and the playoffs always offer up something we've never seen before. We'll preview and recap every game as we make our way through the playoffs and to Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58. Listen to the Around the NFL podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Heed the call.
For all your windows and doors, go to FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Jim, during Hurricane Andrew, my uncle was a technician at Turkey Point Nuclear Power Plant. They had a wind gauge on the roof that pegged out at 250 miles an hour. He sat there and watched it at 200 miles an hour sustained for over an hour. And we're getting just up to 250 miles an hour, and one of those gusts ripped the anemometer off the roof.
Wow. Yeah, that was, I mean, it flattens that entire area.
And that's why they say, Andrew, if there had been a category higher than 5, it would have been categorized as higher than a category 5.
Super small, tight, very high spinning hurricane because it didn't have much of a scope. You know, usually they have a cone, like the ones that hit us in 04 have those crossing cones. But Andrew was a really small saw blade of a storm. That's why it was Homestead, right?
Homestead.
Did it destroyed?
Yeah. And that's where it made landfall. First storm of the season.
Yep, took it to slabs.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Your 6 o'clock keyword is Bills, BILLS. Got some time to get over to realradio.fm and send it off for your chance at $1,000. Bills, that is your 6 o'clock keyword. Good luck. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. You know, Ross came in during the break.
I love it.
I think
he misses you guys.
Comes in to just completely annoy the balls off of us, but that's fine.
Well, I don't want to spend half of this entire job not kicking it with the other half of the show.
I got you.
We're separated by glass.
Stop. I'm just joking with you. My God.
Oh, it was so easy to tell.
Let's limit that.
joking.
Let's just limit that a little
He's
bit.
not joking.
So you've mentioned this a couple times. I have to tell you, in the world of hobbies, the hobby that you have right now is one that doesn't seem to fit you. It seems to, like, if Deb was doing this, or maybe I was doing this, it would seem like to fit our personalities. We're a little bit older. We're a little bit more sedentary. Deb likes to stay home. I'm more of a homebody a little bit. Jack, who knows what Jack does with his life?
No one knows.
It's all.
No one knows.
But this bonsai thing for you has become a thing.
Dude.
Like half this conversation you just had in here was about your bonsai tree.
Oh, so first of all,
why is that?
Hard disagree that this is more suited for someone like you than me.
Well, I mean, you're
the
younger.
opposite of a bonsai.
You're younger. I would think
you're not Zen.
But I thought, okay, hold on now.
Yeah, you
are not Zen.
Easy,
Yeah.
I am Zen. Are you crazy?
You know what? People who aren't
Don't tell me
Zen,
I'm not Zen.
See, look at that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's a little joke. I can do jokes.
But no, the only reason why I
don't
say
worry, I can still cut them.
I don't. I would say that you're not going to be into bonsai plants or because of the. I mean,
it does not pay off quick enough for me, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, there is a daily payoff. Like, I'm already kind of excited to go home and see where the growth happened today and if all the directions of all these new buds are going in the right way.
Oh, man, you mean the 32nd inch of growth that you had overnight?
Yeah.
I mean, can you?
Absolutely.
Can I tell you something, buddy? In the world of torture, having a bonsai tree, mine would be dead in an hour.
You gotta find an
there's
easy one.
No way possible I would have the patience to sit and trim that thing back or the want or need to have that thing shaped into whatever. Like, I couldn't even fathom doing this for 20 minutes. much less a lifetime.
Well, you don't have to do anything for 20 minutes. It all depends what you put into it. My favorite bonsai, I only own 2, to be honest with you. I just love them dearly right now. But one of them I've had for years. I forgot that I owned it. It thrived. And then one day I was on my porch and I was like, oh, yeah, that plant. Wow, it looks different. It just adapted. It grew. It followed the sunlight, and it gave it this really cool.
So is that the one you trim back? That's the one that you spend the most time with now?
Yeah, I mean, I just like looking at them so much. I wasn't joking when I said like 2 weekends ago or last weekend, I looked at my bonsai plants more than I did my phone.
Really?
I've had plants that I've had in my bedroom in Green Bay.
Really?
Yeah, they've traveled with me to California, back to Wisconsin, down to Florida, and all of the iterations in between.
I do not have even a little bit of a green thumb. I mean, it couldn't interest me less. And my wife is good at it as well. She's got this really weird plant that where holes grow in the leaves of it. It's like a vine-looking thing.
Oh, my God, I know the name of that.
The leaves have holes in them. They're actually a really cool-looking thing, and I guess they're relatively hard to keep alive. And my wife has been – I just gave her a compliment the other day. I was like, man, all your plants around here look amazing. I do not have that in my blood. I do not have the green thumb thing in the least.
You may. I think you just move too quickly through life to be able to.
Sorry. I had to do it. It's a monstera. It's probably a monstera.
But you're 100% right. Like, I do not have the patience for anything like this.
You move too fast. You walk fast. You talk fast. You eat fast. Plants require patience.
Yeah, I need action. I couldn't sit there and watch a damn plant.
And
hey, man, are you going to come around? I'd love to see you grow something. It'd be great. I want to be able to cut it.
And I think that's actually why you should do this the most out of all 4 of us.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'll get a
you
Zen
need it the
garden
most.
first.
Yeah,
what do you mean I need it the most? What are you even talking about?
What?
I think you just answered your own question.
Listen,
would you like to repeat your answer for your question?
Listen, plants are going to make me any more calm. I have plants around me now.
Yeah,
I do not care about them.
There's never been a history of plants and causing calmness.
No, not at all.
There's no studies.
I mean, the whole reason, like the bonsai tradition.
Jack, are you buying into any of this?
Yeah, I want it. Not only
you would love bonsai.
Not only am I into, I would like to have a bonsai tree if anyone's thinking about birthday gifts. But
when is your birthday again?
April, 2 months from tomorrow.
Who's counting? In 4 hours.
Not that you put any real thought
I'd
into
like
it.
the Zen garden. Actually, during this whole conversation is when I totally started thinking. I'm like, hey, this is not a bad idea.
Plant and garden
I want
fair
the Zen
coming up?
garden leading up to the bonsai tree, and I can use it where I meditate every morning.
Really? Wow.
And I have this massive corner of bamboo. So I'm just like watering my bonsais. I did a couple of clippings today that I thought that were growing not the way I wanted. And honestly, just hearing the bamboo and I'm getting my bonsai on, I was like, damn.
You got to be careful with that bamboo, dude. You turn around, that bamboo has like kids.
Yeah, it's
that
a
bamboo
lot.
goes from 1 stalk to 1,000 stalks like overnight. And you can watch that stuff grow legit.
I was telling you this on the break, but I think like one of my favorite things about bonsai that I turned a big corner on is that whenever you cut off a branch, it's really easy to think that you're like, oh, that took so long for it to grow. But you're just trimming it back so that you're getting the shape that you want. And one of the cool things, and if this isn't a metaphor for life, when you cut off a branch, well, that plant still has the same engine and level of growth. It still has the same root system. So now everything else prospers. If that's not how I want to go about life, is kind of getting rid of the things that you don't want, so all the things that you do want grabs your focus and attention.
Is that the Zen nature of that? Because the reason why the bonsai thing exists is because it's like it is like the Zen garden thing. It's something you concentrate on to give you peace, right? That's the whole idea of it, to trim it and shape it so it looks like something that's
become one with nature.
Become one with nature.
Appreciate.
How did you even get into this? Where did this even come from? Like out of nowhere, you were like playing golf 4 times a week, and then now you're trimming bonsai trees. What happened?
So the main thing was that I married Olivia Adkins. I married.
She's the plant queen.
I married a person who was super into plants, and I saw what she was doing with it when it comes to a lot of landscaping and design that way. And I kind of just met in the middle. I was like, I want to be part of something that she's part of. And then, to be honest with you, when I first bought a bonsai, I was just trying to be a good boyfriend and just kind of be part of something a little bit more in her
You were
life.
pretending, right?
I was kind of pretending.
Until you discovered that, whoa, wait a minute, this actually speaks to me.
And then I bought a bonsai to be a good boyfriend. And then later, years go by, I become a fiance, I become a husband, and I completely forgot about this bonsai that I bought to try to flirt with this chick. You know, and I see it adapt in the exact place that I put it, and I thought it was fascinating. I started taking care of it. It started responding to all my trims, and I don't know. I can't wait until I can look at it and go, that's what I'm looking for.
Question: do you need special tools, or do you repurpose things like toenail clippers?
I hope that's not.
That's a great question.
I guarantee you there are proper trimmers. I am not.
Trust me, there's a market.
I'm sure there's someone making 60 bones off of every small little clipper, but I'm just using a pair of scissors.
All right.
Yeah.
Just hoping he wasn't using the same scissors.
But my favorite part is I daily missed my bonsai plants.
You missed it. Like
I missed it. Yeah, I got a little
Mr. Bottle,
little hand sprayer thing, and for some strange reason, that's my Zen moment every day of that. I feel like I'm helping at least something out.
So Jack does the meditation thing, right? That's how Jack finds his Zen.
I'm trying, Jimmy.
All right, I got it, buddy. That's where Jack. So is that what this is? This is basically a thing to take your mind off of other stuff. Is that basically what the bonsai tree is? Is so that you can concentrate on something that isn't television or your phone or video games or whatever. It's something that you can kind of. Is it an escape?
Possibly that was my subconscious feeding that. I really
seems like something you would want to do.
It's
considering I have a love of miniatures. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this seems like it's right up your alley. But
I'd rather build quarter scale furniture. That can go around his quarter scale tree.
That's a great idea.
Give him a park bench, would you?
Oh, that'd be awesome. You should. Boy, what a great Christmas gift that would be. To build like a little swing set or a little miniature tire swing to hang from one of the branches.
Or a miniature Zen garden.
Oh, my God.
I have a jade and a ficus bonsai.
Do you really?
Yeah, those are my two. Jade, I think, are very easy to grow. They would be perfect for any beginner because that's what got me into it. And then the ficus was my last Christmas gift.
Yeah. Jack, this is like your meditation, right? Would you have anything like this that you could concentrate on that gives you that daily peace thing? Do you have anything like that?
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't have anything like that either. Maybe he's the smart guy.
Yeah,
I know. I feel like
doubt it, and I like the fact that it's not something that's connected, plugged in.
Yes,
electric. All of it.
It's right back to your source, to your element.
You know what's so funny? I have a buddy named Lonnie that owns a garden out there in like the DeLand Berry area, I believe. And this guy has forgotten more about growing vegetables with natural pesticides and natural foods and stuff. He's like, and it's his thing. I mean, Lonnie was like a pool installer, or not a pool installer. Lonnie was a legendary flooring shower guy. And just basically dumped that entire thing and opened up this garden with his wife. It's like this organic garden where you could go and just kind of walk around his garden area and you get all these greats, and let me tell you what, nobody's into it more than Lonnie. Nobody cares more about that kind of thing. And it's really cool to see somebody dip into that and really get into it, like as a hobby, like something like this bonsai tree. I don't have the green thumb at all.
Now, isn't his farm like, it's almost like everything on the farm you can eat?
Yeah, everything. Yeah,
because I believe I've seen him on Fox 35 before because I want to go to that farm because I think when they
it's
have
called the Reed Farm, by the way.
The Reed Farm?
The Reed Farm.
Because when they do like their mango harvest.
That's right.
They have so many different breeds of mango, like flavors that you've never even heard of.
All the champagne mangoes.
I mean,
life.
Yeah. And like everything on that farm they say you can eat.
Yeah, so I don't have that green thumb or anything like that.
Which is a shame because you're on such great property for it.
I can't grow anything. I don't want to. I have a basil plant. That's it. So I can have fresh basil, but that's about it.
So the moment for me really was seeing the plant communicate with its surroundings. That was the Game 7 Jordan at the buzzer beater moment of oh my God.
How do you even know that's happening? That sounds very hippy-dippy, dude.
Because a plant follows the sun.
Yeah,
so all of the branches where I had set it up essentially on, a counter that was outside on my lanai, but it was up against the patio screen, and that was the only source of sun. So all of the branches started growing to the left.
Yeah.
And seeing that plant communicate,
like
with
reach for the sun almost,
with
right?
its setting. I was like, oh my God! First of all, so sorry, forgot you existed.
Right.
And just
Where you been?
to see it adapt was fascinating. And now I'm learning and just trying to make it adapt in different ways.
You know what the funny thing is? As a cook, you would think that I would want to grow vegetables and do that. And we've talked about it 100 times. And for some reason, man, I just like Code Black is growing these little cherry tomatoes that we had at his house the other day. And they were so good.
Oh,
I couldn't stop. It was like candy. Well, they were so sweet and juicy. I was like, oh my God, man. He goes, I've got tons of these things out of my little garden out there. And I just don't have that green thumb. I don't have the patience for it. I'll cook it for you. I'll make it taste good after the fact.
So it's weird for me to hear you say, I don't have that. That's not for me. When how much have we tried? I understand that the desire isn't there.
Oh,
but,
no, I haven't tried it all.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I mean, I got a basil plant. You can't kill that stuff.
Your favorite piece of food that you've ever eaten was sushi. That was a game-changing thing, but you also didn't like sushi before you ate it.
Well, I didn't know about it.
Exactly.
I didn't know anything about it.
You see where I'm going with this
Kinda,
metaphor?
I get it. Kinda. Yeah.
So, and tomatoes are a perfect step one of anything plant and growing. Tomatoes are unbelievably easy to grow. They grow very quick.
Yeah, the problem
according
is,
to my wife, that's my source.
That's true, though, but they do attract a lot of pests, so you have to kind of make sure that you can take care of them that way. But fresh-grown tomatoes, there's nothing
Whatever
wrong.
you do, just don't grow a damn pineapple.
Yeah.
Overrated.
Yeah,
and
it takes forever.
It takes like 400 freaking days.
But it was so cool to see the tiny pineapple popping out. It's like, yay, my first pineapple.
We grew one at the old house, and I kept walking by that thing. I'm like, you're taking way too long.
Yeah.
You better be the best tasting pineapple of all time. I don't even think we harvested it. I think it's still there now.
Or you go back and go, oh, this is how food really comes about.
Oh, yeah. Jack, did you ever have a green thumb? Did you ever have a want to grow anything like that?
No.
Did you ever grow herbs or anything?
Tried.
Oh, you don't. Yeah.
We had that in the garden, and then it starts out in earnest. And then, a day will pass, and then two, and then it becomes a week, and then suddenly it's all overgrown, or the pests are there.
Right, yeah.
I had, one of the, I went to this very lovely Christmas party this year, and they had a white elephant gift exchange, and I left the owner of an orchid, a live orchid that now I had to take care of. And the person assured me, it's like, because you hear orchids are delicate.
They are.
Well, the flower part is delicate, but the stem is pretty sturdy, and the plant itself is sturdy. It's like, you could just leave it outside, put it on the side of a tree. It's going to get the rain. Well, a storm was coming through. So it was going good for a couple weeks, and then the storm was coming through. I'm like, I'm going to be a good plant owner. I'm going to bring it inside.
Bring my orchid in.
Put it on my ledge right over the kitchen sink.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
everybody's going to love it.
No, yeah.
You know who
including
loved
the
it?
cats.
The cats.
Really?
The cats.
And that's the big problem with having indoor plants is
Cats? What do they do to them?
eat them.
A cat will eat an orchid?
At least the
Eat
flower
anything.
Is this common knowledge? The
flower
cats
was gone.
Yes.
Deb knew right away. I didn't even say what it was.
Yes.
She knew what happened.
Because every time I get a bouquet of flower, Tabitha, stop eating the flowers.
I was confused, to be honest with you. I didn't know cats. I thought the storm broke into your home.
Yeah. Are you learning this too? I did not know that cats had love flowers.
Yeah, she's right. Yeah, any flowers, they will go for them.
Which is why it's so important when you have cats and dogs. You have to know the plants that you have inside the house because, like Christmas time, poinsettias.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Can't
deadly.
have those in the house because they're deadly for cats and dogs.
Wow, man.
So
I
you
did
just
not
need
know
to
that.
know. Yeah.
No idea. Learn something new every day here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Yeah.
No clue.
I know
So
what.
if you want the stem of a tulip on your guy.
Yeah, and speaking of, so what I'll do, this is what I did for a handful of my friends. Off of my jade bonsai, I let it grow out as much as I possibly could before Christmas, and then I cut off the big clippings. I potted those, and I gave them to a handful of my friends.
Who are you, this old house?
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
So
God.
cool.
Are you going to come to work tomorrow in overalls?
And Birkenstocks.
My God,
but
man.
with the pinky ring.
It's just the bonsai. It's just the bonsai. I don't get it. It's
Dude.
weird for me too, but I like it, and
Listen.
it makes my soul full.
This is your Instagram channel to fame, buddy, because I'm going to tell you, you do not hit me as a gardener.
I
I'm gonna give
know.
you don't hit anybody as a gardener. So for you to do the gardening thing with this thing you do.
Yeah.
Would be kind of fun.
Hit it with some plant food.
All
Watch
right.
that thing grow.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Don't forget, Bills is your 6 o'clock keyword, BILLS. Make sure you get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Load them up for last call, guys. Let's get the hell out of here. Little joke, little callback, something fun, a comment from the show today. 407-916-1041. All lines are open. Grab one now. Last call right after this.
Got something to say? Call now, 407-916-1041. Last call, sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250, keyword free heart scan.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Central Florida, Fox 35 to 18 meteorologist Noah Bergen here. It is windy. I'm sure you already know that. You don't really need to tell you. Maybe what you don't need to know is when the wind will subside. And the wind will subside tomorrow. It'll still be breezy for Wednesday, not nearly as gusty as Tuesday was, but it'll slowly relax through the day. It's not really till Thursday that the winds go back to some semblance of calm. It'll be mostly clear the next few days. Temperatures will get back into the high 70s to low 80s for the upcoming weekend.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Woo, man, in Central Florida, you have to have a very reliable AC system and heat system for that matter, because here's the thing. We have these big swings, right? Just a few weeks ago, it was 85 degrees. Like the high tomorrow is going to be like 60, and then we warm back up. Then we cool back down. That's why it's so important in Central Florida to have a legit AC company to take care of you at all times. For me, that's Mills Air. They help Deb. They've helped Ross. They help tons of people here in Central Florida, and they can certainly help you. 30-plus years of experience. Let them apply that to your situation. And don't forget, their techs can service any brand out there. And if Mills Air, they're a Carrier Factory Authorized dealers. And what that means is important. It could mean up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier for sure, and you can always for sure lean on my friends over at Mills Air. These guys are awesome. Family owned and operated. You can tell it from day one. Call today. Schedule that very important appointment. It's 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. MillsAir.com.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the Injury Law Firm of Kaufman Lind and the Under Oath podcast. Here's some more free advice. After you get into a car accident or experience any other injury, you cannot imagine what the insurance companies will do to fight your claim. They will go through your social media accounts, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or any other site you post on. They will use photos of you smiling to suggest you were not injured, that your life has not been impacted, all to avoid paying your medical expenses. Be careful when you post online. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
Hey, you're up next.
My throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight.
Here, try these.
Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Ooh, I can already feel it.
I told you. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. And now, during our President's Day sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add an adjustable base. Ends Monday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Guarantee Media is giving away a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included for only $99. But you must tell me the name of a country without the letter A in its name. Text your answer to 96551 and you'll get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included. If you're one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, we will include a second bonus destination to Orlando, Florida. Text your answer to 96551 96551. That's 96551. And be one of the first 50 listeners to tell me a country without the letter A in its name and get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals included, plus 4 days in Orlando for only $99. Tell me a country without the letter A in its name. Texting your answer to 96551. That's 96551. This is not a contest. It is paid advertising by Guarantee Media with the purpose of soliciting sales on vacation ownership and not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Some terms and conditions apply.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Get ready for the big game with the free iHeartRadio app. Pre-game with perfectly tailored playlists like Big Game Party and more. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Big Game, and listen now. Make the big game great with iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
This is Michael David from Seattle. I'm 51 years old, and 6 months ago, I started taking Andro 400 to increase my testosterone. Since then, I've lost 35 pounds of fat, and my waist went from size 38 to size 32. I have more energy, and I look and feel 20 years younger. And now my wife tells me I have to take Andro 400.
Hi, this is Ron Johnson from Utah. After 10 weeks of taking Andro 400, I lost 13 pounds, and my waist went from 36 to 33. That was 8 years ago. I continue to take Andro 400, and I've maintained my weight at 172. Gained muscle and energy. I'm 63 now and feel better than I have in 30 years.
Andro 400, the natural way to increase testosterone, lose belly fat, gain energy, and feel great. Try Andro 400, the safe, effective, affordable way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
You probably don't know this or care, but we have web goals. So go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Bless you, Deb.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You got it. All right. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Jackson, you didn't hear that.
Yeah, Jack is here. And Rauce is as well.
It's true.
We do have one line open for last call if you want to grab that. 407-916-1041. Just one line. Grab that. We'll get to you guys here in just 1 second. Coming up tomorrow, we have Animal House, and our buddy Scott Maxwell will be dropping by. Who's in for Animal House tomorrow?
We have, I just sent you the email and completely forgot their names.
All right,
Jamie and Ava and a gopher tortoise.
From the Central Florida Zoo.
Central Florida Zoo time.
That's right. Got some cool stuff coming up in February. Actually, they have a thing called the Indigo Day they'll be telling us about. And I think they're bringing in an eastern indigo snake, which is one of my favorite snakes.
Actually, they're bringing in a gopher tortoise.
Are they really?
Yeah.
You're close.
Oh, they make the indigo snake makes their home in the tortoise shells.
Yeah.
Got it.
What?
Or in the tortoise holes.
And the burrows that the gopher tortoise.
But you remember we had that one in.
Yeah,
it's the most beautiful snake. It's the most beautiful snake out there.
They're beautiful.
The eastern indigo is gorgeous. It is such a beautiful snake, and it eats other snakes, right?
Yes,
that's its thing. It eats poisonous snakes,
and it's not poisonous itself.
Right?
Yeah, they're beautiful snakes, and they're going to talk to us about how important those gopher tortoise burrows are because so many different animals use them as their house. So you had an owl last week.
Yeah.
You get a gopher tortoise this week.
I told my wife, I said, I would have an owl as a pet in 5 seconds. I think owls may be my favorite animal of all time.
I watched some hunting in my mom's trees last night.
I'm enamored with them. I am totally enamored with owls. They are so fascinating.
Maybe you were a druid in a past life.
Maybe so.
This guy?
Yeah, he's a druid. Yeah, look at him. He's an owl.
407-916-1041. Still have that one line open. Grab that now. We didn't talk about this today. Toby Keith died yesterday, the legendary country music star. Red Solo Cup. I think, did he have Proud American or something to do with
Angry
American?
American.
Angry American.
Courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
There you go.
Sometimes the two are confused.
Yeah,
with.
sure. Well, you can be proud and angry at the same time, so it works.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I wasn't. Again, I'm not a giant country music fan, and I wasn't a giant '90s country music fan when this guy was ruling supreme in the 2000s and '90s. Russ, who I worked with for many years, was a gigantic Toby Keith fan. And it was sad to see him. It really was sad to see that because he really was kind of a good dude. It was an interesting cat, Toby Keith. Wound up giving back a lot, made a lot of money. You guys know that guy was one of the wealthiest dudes in country music, right?
Oh, yeah.
I believe it.
I mean, wealthy. For one of the guys who wasn't like a George Strait or one of those shiny guys like Kenny Chesney or any of those dudes, he did quite well for himself.
Really understood. How important your health is.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was suffering from stomach cancer, I guess was the cause of death.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was sick, so I was quite surprised to hear the news today. But then when I saw a recent picture of him, you can tell, it was, I don't know if it's the cancer or the treatment that did the number on him, but really he was withdrawn and gone.
Yeah, because he was, he was a former football player, so he
was a big guy,
a big jowly face and stuff, and he carried himself like that. And of course, when he lost all that weight from the cancer, his face looked way different. But what do you think his net worth was at death?
28 mil.
28 million. Good guess.
No, 160.
160. Adorable.
Oh, Dad.
Yeah, this guy, I'm telling you guys, this guy made so much blinking money.
$700 million.
Because he wrote all these songs. Not bad. $400 million.
All right, well.
$400.
I'll get close.
Yeah, this guy.
I'm not even, my math, no.
$400 million he did it. And he did it by writing his own songs, producing his own songs. It was low impact, lo-fi music that good old boys, good old girls loved and played at their parties. And I mean, he was the game in country music for a good 6, 7, 8 years. He was the game.
Good old TK. Rest in peace.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace. Good cat. I mean, did a lot for a lot of charity work and stuff as well. It's sad to see him go. All right, 407-916-1041. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Frogger's Grill and Bar for giving that $25 gift card to our lucky winner, Scott, today. Speaking of Scott, we want to thank Mr. Scott Brown with Edgewater Family Wealth. Their free event coming up.
February 21st.
At Ruth's Chris. And then last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate that as we do every single day. Jack, question of the day?
In the YouTube chat, we posted it earlier. Did you ever have to work with an ex?
Oh, God. I did. I would say that a lot of people did not, though. I'll go 21%.
Not too far off. 26% say yes, they have.
Oh, you guys are missing out.
That's tough. Rauce, stand up?
Yes, this Wednesday, tomorrow, I'm opening up for Ben Bailey over at West End Trading Company. And then this Friday, I'll be in the Milk District. The 8 o'clock sold out, and then I'm doing a 10 o'clock down at the Milk District. You can get tickets on rosscomedy.com.
Very cool. Plenty of tickets left for the Ben Bailey show tomorrow night. Do you know?
I believe so.
Okay, still tickets left.
Yeah, still tickets left for the Ben Bailey show. I do expect, though, the 10 o'clock should also have some tickets come Friday.
Right on. Great interview yesterday. You can check that out at jimcolbertlive.com. All right, let's get to it. Let's do last call. Here we go. Big T, last call.
So, Ross, congratulations. That is a wicked smart move, getting those windows tinted. But also, how dare you coming down on the pineapple? No, just seriously, me and my mom have been growing for years. You just got to be patient. Let them sit there, do their thing. And you end up with delicious, homegrown pineapple that I've actually made pineapple-infused vodka with.
Nice, dude. Very good. Big T, I like that, man. Seth, last call.
Ross, OnlyFans, you gardening. Enough said.
Oh,
come on, dog.
And just chaps.
Yeah, just
that's
chaps.
why you don't refer to it as a porn site.
That's right. Yeah.
It could be Ross Garden.
You're 100%
no, but
right.
just wearing Crocs.
Right.
Yeah, it's just me doing some bonsais with an ass crack peeping.
I take it back then.
Holly, last call, Holly.
Hi, this is Holly Jolly's in the house. Also, I wanted to say I learned so much from your show. It's amazing. I need a pinky ring to fulfill my life and bonsai every day.
Bonsai?
I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
All right.
Have a great night.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I appreciate that very much. A new caller for last call.
I love that woman. She called up. She goes, other people named Holly. If you ain't happy, change your name. Don't ruin my name.
She's jolly.
Ivan O'Dave, last call.
I'm a little upset, guys, so I called in to my best friends for some comfort. This morning, I was selected as one of 10 people to come into the station on Friday with the Monsters to do the dating show with Desi Del Toro. And because I work in the tent business, I'm way too busy and I can't come in because I'm quoting the tents for Welcome to Rockville, for Earth Day Birthday, and for 2 air shows. So now I'm missing out on the dating show for the Monsters on Friday morning. I'm very upset.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
Well, be sure to listen in on the free iHeartRadio app and hear those guys having a great time.
All right, Al, take us home. Last call.
I was enjoying a nice French onion soup with my pinky ring the other evening, and I realized there was something missing. You know what that was, Jim?
What's that, buddy? What?
A pretzel fork.
I love you, man.
I love you. I'm not doing it.
I love that
All right,
guy.
let's get the hell out of here. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I'm Jim. We follow the Chunky. They follow the Monsters the morning after us. It's Tom and Deb with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday evening.
Bye. But I still love you.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real